And we are live, broadcasting straight out of Foxtrot's hangar near KSPB in Scappoose, Oregon. Welcome to Foxtrot's hangar. I'm your host, Foxtrot, and with me, right above me and right next door to me in real life, is Treetop Flyer, my in real life next door neighbor, great friend, and great co host. Welcome in, Treetop.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Phlox. Looking for a fun night of learning more about VATSIM and trying to be at the right place at the right time.
I say the same thing. Ditto. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a great learning experience that we're having on these two. Wait, is it? Yeah, Wednesday nights.
Wednesday night.
Yep.
Isn't that a pilot's prayer? Dear Lord, help me be at the right place at the right time.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
That's awesome.
Oh gosh.
So tonight we're going to be spawning in. We are spawned in at Indianapolis International. KIND. I'll put that in chat. KIND. And we got a couple things planned tonight. We're thinking of heading out of this airspace to a uncontrolled airport, which is north of Indianapolis here. And so we'll head up there, do a full stop landing, and then update our flight plans, and then come back to Indianapolis and touch down, full stop, and update our flight plans once again if we have time for pattern work. So that should be fun.
Yep. It's gonna be a blast.
Let me share my other screen over here, and I'll put a link. Yeah, let's see, there it is. I'll put a link to this. This is kind of a cool website. It's real life conditions, which is what's mirrored in the sim, but it kind of gives you an idea graphically of what to expect weather-wise. And it was 6 knots earlier. Looks like it's 3 knots now, and a bit of a crosswind coming in. It was coming in out of 040, but now it's coming out of 010. So a bit of a crosswind. Now, whether or not this is the same exact flight conditions in the sim and the same runway, there's actually a 5 left and a 5 right. Not sure. Okay, we're just using this as a warm-up just to kind of get an idea of what's going on. And we can see that there's scattered clouds at 5,000 feet, so that won't affect us. And yeah, the main thing is the wind is about 3 knots now, so we should be all right. Let me put this link in chat in case anybody's interested in using this. There you go. And then the next thing we need to do is, now that we have a little bit of an understanding of what's going on with the weather, let's take a look at the airport diagram, which Treetop and I met just before the stream, and Treetop has been printing off these airport diagrams on cardstock. So it's a great resource to have, right here at our fingertips, to kind of zoom, take a look at and stuff. So we're going to be kind of on the north side of the airport here. We're kind of spawned in this area here, and this is 5 right and 5 left.
Oh, there we go. It didn't have your. It's not. It's still got on the main screen. It's still got that last app you had up.
Yeah, I was actually showing it on the webcam.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, perfect. Yep.
Yep. The
yeah,
heart.
that's extremely handy to look
Right?
at. It's reference. If you've got a good idea of what's going on at the airport and which taxiways connect to what before you talk to the controller, that's certainly helpful. At least to Phlox and I still getting started in VATSIM.
Absolutely. And if you all had a Treetop Flyer as a next door neighbor, you would be getting hard stock airport diagrams
Yes, every week we'll print a new one, and then we'll just have our little file,
Yeah,
just like pilots do, and you know our flight bag, and that'll contain all our airports.
right. So yeah, having an expectation of what's coming is really really good. Being ahead of the airplane is really good, and that's why we're taking a couple of minutes here to kind of wrap our heads around what's the layout of the airport and what's the weather like and kind of what to expect. And I think that's true in real life as well.
It is.
And so here is the airport diagram on the stream. Excuse me. We're spawned in right at this FBO. Whenever we look at these things, we look for the FBOs because that's where you're going to have general aviation parking is near your FBO bases, right? There's an FBO here. And there's another FBO over here with general aviation parking here. We spawned in right in here. And from here, if 5 left or 5 right are going to be used, right? From here, we would take alpha all the way down. Straight shot to 5 left. The other thing we can ask for is a intersection departure at alpha 7, which I think is what we'll do. So we don't have to go all the way down to the end. There's plenty of runway for us to take off on our planes. And so we'll do an intersection departure at alpha 7. Worst case scenario, we might get told to take off from 5 right. And in that case, it looks like we would cross. Is that Mike? Is M Mike? Yeah, Mike.
See,
We would take.
we'd have to take Mike. We take let's see, we would take Mike down to
Delta.
Mike down to Delta. Yeah, Mike down to Delta, and then cross over runway 32 and continue on Delta down to whether an intersection departure D7 or D6
D5
Delta.
or
Yeah,
D6. Yeah, D6 would be good, huh?
Delta 6.
Yep.
Yeah. So we could get either or if there's no wind and luck has it, I was telling Flox earlier, maybe we get 14 or 32, but I doubt it.
Yeah, that would be nice, right? And
It would be.
if the winds are low enough, 3 knots or something like that, and it's a bit of a crosswind, maybe we would get that. And then in that case, it's we're right here, alpha to 1-4, or down Mike to Mike 3 for 3-2. Yeah.
Right, for 3-2. So and then of course on these charts when you print them, it also gives you ATIS, and it gives you power, frequency, and ground too.
Yep.
So that's very helpful. Everything's all on one sheet of paper, just what you need.
And even what the controller wants to be called. They want to be called Indy. So,
Indy Tower, yep.
yeah, Indy ground, Indy tower, Indy departure, Indy approach. Yep. So yeah, like Treetop says, it's all here. So speaking of that, while we're looking at it, I'm going to use my handy dandy board, even though I've got it on the piece of paper here. What's that? Gold Nepo, dude, coming through with a subscription. Way to kick off the stream, Gold Nepo, and say Gold Nepo's in the house, in the hangar. Welcome in, man. Much appreciated.
Yeah, awesome.
I like that tradition you got, Gold Nepo. 3 months now. Yeah, I like that tradition. Keep that tradition going.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you, man. Nice. Says yay in chat. Nice. All right, I'm gonna use my boogie board, and take some notes. So I'm gonna clear it out by pushing this button, pointing, and let's take some notes. We are at kind, and it want to be called Indy Tower. Yeah, Indy Tower is, what is the frequency there, Tree?
Let's see. I was just typing myself here. Phlox uses the boogie board. I use Excel on another screen here. So they want to, let's see. So Indy Tower is going to be 120.9.
Cool. And ground
Is going to be 121.9.
1.9.
So let me type that in here.
Indy ground. And last but not least, ATC.
And 120.9. And ATIS, Indy, I guess we could say Indy ATIS.
Yeah, you
Don't say
could.
that all in one word.
Cold Evil says very welcome for the sub and much appreciated once again, Cold Evil. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. Awesome, Golden Eagle. And ATIS 134.25.
Okay. Now let me zoom back out on this. Move this off to the side. The other thing I want to share is it's kind of cool that the airport diagram stays there while you move the map around. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool. I didn't know that.
So we're looking at the VFR sectional right now for Indianapolis International, and we can see the airspace being called out, and up above, just about due north, is Indianapolis Executive, and it's right here, KTYQ. So I'm going to make a note of that, because we're going to be going there. KTYQ is Indianapolis Exec.
I just typed in Indy Exec.
Okay. So, do you want to do pattern work first, or do you want to head up to Indy and get that out of the way, and then come back and do pattern work at the end if we have time?
Yeah, let's go up to Indy.
Okay.
Let's do that. Let's get that out of the way.
Okay. So go ahead.
I was just as I was talking to Phlox, the one thing I struggled with last time we did this last week, coming back and Hobby Tower handed me off and told me to get in the right downwind, and then it was just the orientation to the runway. I just had a few seconds of confusion of, wait a minute, where am I? And by the time I figured that out, which wasn't very long, maybe 30 seconds longer, I get a call from the tower. It says, hey, were you going to start that right downwind? So what I need to do is I approach from the southeast, and I just need to take a left short of the runway on up for a downwind, so I could do a right base. And so it's just thinking about that stuff ahead of, well, when you get the instructions, I guess. And again, it's looking at your paper chart, it's looking at nav map, whatever other aids you're using, and keeping the orientation straight of where am I coming from, where's the runway I'm headed for, and what's he telling me to do.
Right? There could be a lot going on in a very short amount of time, especially if there's other traffic that gets nearby. So, yeah.
Right. And I did find out, when we flew to Galveston last week, one thing that's sure a helper is autopilot. If the leg's long enough and you can switch to autopilot, even if it's for a couple of minutes, you can do your radio work. And well, it's on autopilot. But if you're trying to fly and you're not trimmed very well or good enough, by the time you divert your attention back to what you're doing outside, it's like, holy cow, wait a minute here. So it's just staying, as Phlox said, staying ahead of the aircraft. Certainly heard that before from real life pilots. That's what they say. I've heard it more than once, and yeah, a lot of stuff happens really fast.
Well said, Tree. Well said. So, okay, so here is Indianapolis Exec. Okay, it's up here about 19, 20 miles north of Indianapolis International. and it happens to be a straight in approach. The wind, I think, is coming in from this direction, so I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. We could probably do a straight in approach there. Um, but airspace wise, as I look, okay, here is the airspace for Indianapolis International, and in this outer ring, we can see 4,800 and 2,100 being called out. Okay. So when we're in this airspace, we need to be below 2,100. Okay. And then in this airspace, as we're departing, this airspace is controlled from the surface of the ground up to 4,800 feet. Okay. So as we take off, and we'll probably be taking off from runway 5 left or 5 right, we'll take off and probably want to get to about like 1,800 feet, right? So we stay below 2,100. So we'll say 1,800 feet is our cruising altitude for our flight plan. So we'll take off. They may tell us an altitude to hit. Hopefully it's around 1,800 feet, right? As we're departing this airspace, we're going to want to be below 2,100, like I said. And then I saw this 48 and 17, and I'm like, wait a minute, why did they have two in the same, right? In the same ring. But if you look, this is pointing to this little nodule right here. So you want to be below 1,700 feet in this little gap right here. So we don't want to fly through there. So yeah, we'll take off. Cruising altitude, we'll say is 1,800. We'll head just about due north. We'll do a full stop landing at Indianapolis Exec. Then we'll swap our flight plan, and we'll come back and do a full stop landing at Indianapolis International. And then we'll update our flight plan for some traffic work, and then get up in the pattern for the rest of the stream. All right, sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
Oh yeah, bugging the runway heading is great, Cold Nebo. I haven't been doing that religiously, but I've started doing it more and more, and that helps, especially in real life, because I think you can see the heading bug a lot better in real life. If you have the heading bug set for the runway heading, then all you got to do as you're in the pattern is do a standard rate turn of 20 degrees, and make your turn 90 degrees, and you watch that heading bug go to a 90 degrees mark, like 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And then you make another turn, 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and then you're back on your landing. It's a great aid, but it's hard to see in the sim. I've tried it. You have to zoom in and look at it and everything, and so I need to get better at that. Let's see, if he says right downwind, you can tell that's opposite the bug, and all your turns will be to the right. Yep. Yeah, except in our Warrior, we don't have a heading bug in real life. Oh, bummer. All right. So, we're spawned in. We're going to be doing VATSIM tonight. So when you spawn in with VATSIM, on the flight conditions before you spawn in, you set it to group only, which we've done. And then we need to fire up vPilot and make up our flight plan. So let's get that going now. I'll turn this off. And turn on this. And let's pull up vPilot. This is a application that comes with VATSIM that they suggest that you download so you can get on their network. First thing you want to do is make sure that you're set for push to talk. So push to talk, you need to have that bound to a keyboard. I got it to my left control key. You might be able to do it to a button on your yoke if you wanted to. So that's done. Somebody just joined us?
It's me.
Hey, STW.
Hey, STW.
How's the, is it busy tonight?
Not really, but we had to wall up a guy.
Oh, no. I looked at
Well,
VATSpy earlier.
There was so you know, there's a IFR aircraft. They're coming in on final or whatever at like 3,000 feet. There was a guy. He was sitting about 2,000 feet, right where all the big jets started to descend. So we were losing IFR separation multiple times because he just kept sitting there, not
Wow.
talking to anyone.
Oh, jeez.
And then when we did get him to try and talk to one of us, he was just being very rude,
Wow.
Yep.
like saying that he's allowed to do this because technically he wasn't in the Charlie. But then I'm sitting here thinking, like, bro, the wake turbulence alone from those big jets would kill you.
They would kill you. And STW brought up something for everybody watching the broadcast. We've referred to Charlie several times. So can we just talk about briefly, what does Charlie mean? Isn't that the proximity of the inner circle there around the airport?
Well, it's also the outer circle, the outer shelf.
So it's both rings. So Phlox has got it up there. So Charlie is that outer ring and the inner ring. And
Yeah, if you see the what is that? I think that's like a maroon color or
Yeah.
whatever. You know, that big old circle there and the inner circle, that's
Yep.
both part of the Charlie.
that's part
And
of the
then there is like the maroon kind of numbers. Like at Indianapolis, you've got
48 and 21.
21 a number and then 48. So that
Yep.
means that shelf is 2,100 up to 4,800 inclusive for both those numbers.
And either stay above it or below it.
Yep. If I'm below it,
Yeah.
if I'm below it, then you don't have to control me anymore, correct?
Yeah, not really. I mean,
Right.
you can get
I
follow.
follow. Yeah, I was just going to mention that. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Because this is where the traffic is as they're coming in between these two altitudes. That's the safety range for landing and departing traffic, right? So you can be below 2100 and be underneath all the incoming and departing traffic is kind of what that's saying. But a question, SDW, is you mentioned Charlie, right? There's also Delta Airspace. There's Alpha Airspace and Bravo Airspace, and I think maybe
there's also Echo and Golf.
I think Treetop's question was maybe kind of like what is the difference? Like what is Charlie in comparison to those other ones, or is it too hard to explain?
So a Bravo is the busiest airports. There's like I think 50 something of them in the U.S., maybe 60. Not exactly sure on the total.
Mm-hmm.
But they're the biggest airport. They're the biggest airports in the U.S. with the most traffic. So that's why they're kind of like an upside down wedding cake kind of shape.
Yep. All different levels and tiers.
Charlie is a little less busy. Delta is a little less busy. Well, Delta's sometimes not busy at all. And then Echo and Golf, that's your uncontrolled fields.
Oh, cool. I see. Echo and Golf are okay.
Yeah, Bravo, you require two-way radio communication, ADS-B out, which doesn't really apply in the sim, to be honest. And then you require explicit permission to enter the airspace, like cleared into the class Bravo. And then for a Charlie, you just require the two-way radio communication and your transponder. And as long as you get that two-way radio communication, you can go straight in.
I see. So like an Echo or Golf, you don't even need to set the transponders. Nobody's going to look at it anyways.
No.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, you'd maybe put it on mode C so people can see your altitude and stuff.
Oh, I see. Mode C would do what? It would broadcast your altitude.
Yeah, your altitude.
Anybody on Unicom?
Well, anybody that's on a radar screen or even on those like ADS-B tracking websites.
I see.
Mm.
Didn't know that.
Cool.
Very good to know. Well, cool. All right. Well, we're trying not to get walloped tonight.
Nah, you're not gonna get walloped.
And I won't mow any grass. I promise.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know if I can make that promise myself. Wow.
Now he's gonna sit there with a microscope and he's gonna wait. One corner, he's gonna catch me. Too much fun.
Oh, one thing I want to kind of call out or whatever is the shirt I'm wearing tonight. It's called Solar Camo. It's by Columbia Sportswear. It came out about 4 or 5 years ago. And basically it's their PFG line for fishing. But what it is it's sky blue, okay? And then you see these little white Like pull that up there. There's like little white um camo kind of things going on.
Oh yeah.
So what those are is supposed to be as clouds. And what happens is if it's overcast outside and you're fishing, all the white and the blue and everything kind of blends together. But when the sun comes out and hits the shirt real bright, the clouds on the shirt brighten up, so it kind of matches the sky. So the fish think that you're blending into the sky.
Oh
Anyways,
wow.
that's the design of the shirt. But because it's sky blue and it's got clouds on it, I thought, why not wear it for flying? Right?
Wow. Very interesting. Boy, Phlox, he gets all the cool stuff.
Hey, Viper Strike is checking in. Hey, Viper, good to see you, bud.
Hey, Viper.
All right, so let's get our flight plan going here.
Okay, so I've got yeah, we got V pilot up.
And flight plan, we're going to be VFR, and it's a beautiful night here in Indianapolis, so VFR is not going to be a
Yes.
problem. We're going to go kind to Indianapolis Executive, which is KTYQ. Okay. Departure time, let me look at my little cheat thing down here. It is 2:26 UTC, so we'll say 2:45. 0245 UTC. Time en route. Oh man, it's only
Well, we've got 2 and 3 hours, or 2 hours from last time, so
yeah, I mean theoretically we probably should say 20 minutes or 1 hour, but I think we can just leave that for 2 hours for the stream.
okay.
Cruise speed 170, cruise altitude. We want to be below that shelf of 2100, so I think our cruise altitude will be 1800. So I'm going to adjust that. Oh, it's only doing it in 500-foot increments.
You can overtype it.
Well, I wonder if that's intentional. Maybe we should be at 1500. I don't know.
Don't know. We can try filing a flight plan.
Yeah,
At
let's do 18.
1800
Yeah,
see
let's
what
do 8.
happens.
We'll do 1800.
Okay.
And then our route is going to be KIND space KTYQ.
Oh, let's see. Find.
Did you get the freeware scenery for executive?
No.
No, did not.
It's like really good.
Oh,
Is it?
we'll have to get it for next
did-
time.
Yeah, next time. And also, I can't fire up flight sim without checking marketplace really quick. They've got they've got runway enhancement now. So we're talking the rubber marks, more detail on the concrete.
Yeah, I've had a thing like that for a while. There's a lot of add-ons that exist that does that.
Yeah, so that was it showed new. So I don't know if it is or it's been there a while, but yeah,
I've
I'm
had my
definitely.
thing for like a year or so.
Oh,
Could be another developer. Yeah. Who knows?
yep. Could be. I mean, I'm pretty detailed the way I am now, but as a simmer, we're always looking for more detail. Whatever
Ah,
that CPU and GPU can handle.
Yeah, the thing I got is on fs.to.
This is a marketplace, so it's a payware.
Oh yeah, my thing was a payware too.
Oh, was it? Out of Flight
Yeah, and
CTO.
it allows you to customize how the stuff looks. Like there's not just one option.
Oh, that's cool.
And of course, for me, I put all the rubber on the runways, and made the taxiway markings look pretty clear so I could see them better.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I wonder if it fixes.
Because you can make them look like they're faded, like the airport's been used a lot.
I see. I wonder if it fixes the taxiways, excuse me, to the correct letter assignment.
No, that's a different add-on I got that does that.
I see. because that would sure be helpful. But we make do with what we have here.
I mean,
Easily.
I can send you the island if you want to go look at it later.
Okay, sounds good.
And while you guys were talking, Cold Nebo mentioned that under route where I was putting in the departure and destination, he says you don't have to do that. You don't usually need to include the start and end in the route.
Oh,
Yeah,
Uh,
you'd never put that in the route.
yeah, he says you can put DCT. It's an abbreviation for direct. So basically, we're saying we have our departure airport and our destination airport called out on the left-hand side over there already.
right.
And then we type DCT, and that's just letting your air traffic controller know that it's a direct flight.
Okay. Well, I'm typing DCT.
And then he says that you could also use VFR waypoints, and call those out in the route. So maybe in the future, if we have a longer VFR flight, we could look and see what kind of things we can add at that point.
Yep.
Hey, Bryce Allen, good evening from the USA. Right back at you in the USA. We're getting ready to depart out of Indianapolis here in the sim. Welcome to Foxtrot's Hangar. I'm Foxtrot, and right above me is my in real life next door neighbor, good friend and co-host here at Foxtrot's Hangar, Utah Flyer.
Hey, welcome in. Glad to have you.
If you want to go for a joyride and good old 1-8 Romeo, smash that follow button and watch that top left corner up there. Oh, you're in Mississippi. Cool. All right, so we got our flight plan set up.
Now we file it next, correct?
Yep. Did you change your route to DCT?
Yes, I did.
Cool. So yep. File flight plan.
Filed that, and it goes
Oh.
away.
I'm not connected. I got to connect.
Oh yeah, we got.
Yeah, you got to connect, or else you're gonna forget it again.
Yep. Connecting.
Let's take a look at that. Let's bring it back up again. Everything's still there. Hit file flight plan again. Boom, just like that. We got this.
Ooh, this should be interesting. You guys aren't even on the same part of the airport.
What?
No.
Serious? No wonder I can't see him.
Oh my
I
goodness.
mean, I guess Flox is hauling all the cargo. He's over at the FedEx ramp.
I thought I was over General Aviation FBO in the north east corner.
We should
Northwest
be right
corner.
You're
Northwest
you're
corner.
like southeast FedEx ramp near Delta 1.
I am?
Actually, no, Treetop is.
What? I should be by runway 14.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're still kind of near runway 14. I mean, you're closer to the 32 numbers, but you're right off Delta 1.
Serious?
Right off Delta 1.
I don't want to be there. So can I respawn again?
Technically, you can, but you could also take it as a different experience.
I'm still learning. Easier the better.
So disclaimer, I forgot to give the disclaimer at the beginning of the stream for our VATSIM night, right? You guys are going to learn from our mistakes.
Right.
It's all good.
But well, okay, so I'm glad you brought this up. So, yeah, I am at 3.2. I should be at 14. I know exactly where I need to be right now. I'm in the wrong spot. Let me, just for fun, does it hurt anything if I respawn? We haven't connected with anybody yet.
I mean, just hit the disconnect button and then go respawn.
Okay, all right.
Your flight plan should still be there.
Yep, okay. I'm going to respawn.
While you're doing that, I'm going to pour myself another beverage.
I did hit the wrong one. Why did I do that? Stranger things. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Only let's try to do a better job this time. Okay, the very top. Like, what spot are you in, Flox? Like 87 or something?
Oh gosh. I don't know. Let me look at. I'll show you on the map here.
Oh, I know exactly what I did wrong here. Yep, I know. I'll be right beside you.
Okay, so I'm right here, right in this area, I believe.
Yep. I'll see you in a minute. Good practice.
Okay, while he's doing that, I'm gonna get fired up. I can minimize this. Okay, get some fuel turned on here. It's already on the right tank. Good. Let's make sure that we are filled up. Oh wow, put me at 100%. Usually it's at 50.
Let's kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
Oh, Dirty Phoenix, welcome in. Yeah, we got to get going, right? Got to get going. All right, let's see. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Let's get the fuel. Let's get our power going. Alternator, battery, avionics, bus 1, bus 2. And with that, I lost my flashlight, so let's turn on our light on the inside here. Here we go. Okay, fuel pump on. I've already checked the tank. Crack our throttle. Pop. Mixture full forward. Okay. All the air bubbles and everything should be out. Turn the fuel pump off. Nope. Crank it. Nav light's coming on. Clear prop! Hey, Bryce Allen, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Enjoy your joyride in the top left corner. Good old 1A Romeo. I'm in the Turbo Aero 3. Viper? Viper's got a tradition of jump scaring me, and he gets me every friggin' time. Every friggin' time.
That's why I never added a jump scare sound to my stream. I know everyone would abuse it.
Right? Cold Evil's like, jeez.
Okay, FCW, you should see me there by Flocks.
Yeah, I see you.
Okay.
Okay.
Screwed that up. A lot of these things you do on purpose just so you can practice, right? You're not going to buy that? Okay.
Just gotta practice, bud. Yep.
Yep.
I buy it. I'll buy anything you're selling. Bryce says, ouch, my ears, lol. Viper, I saw that you were streaming today, but I was actually at work today, and I wasn't able to tune in. But Viper Strike flew over Aruba on air, and Curacao earlier today. And thinking of Viper, let's give him a shout out before we get started. Here we go.
John, Godspeed, John Glenn. Apparently from Ohio.
Is the weather really hazy for you guys there?
It doesn't seem to be yet.
Not yet.
Do you have your live weather on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Down here in the tarmac.
Because in my sim, it's super hazy.
I can see it off in the distance.
It was worse earlier. I couldn't see the other end of the runway.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Where I'm seeing right now, I was able to see. I see lights in the distance and stuff, and it seemed like it was okay. And here's a shout out to STW. He's our controller tonight.
Indianapolis ground UPS 341 heavy with information Delta. Looking for IFR clearance to Oshkosh. Greeting UPS 341 heavy. Thank you for Delta.
Oh, that was a good. All right.
I'm pretty sure that's the most popular clip on the channel there.
Is it? Can I get a super?
Yeah, even the my co-pilot there saying heavy is actually a soundbite.
Oh, is it really? That's cool.
Yep.
All right, we got to get some radios and stuff turned on here. Otherwise, there's not going to be any VATSIM tonight. These things on. And we'll start out with 1200. Okay. Things looking good. And next thing we need to do is tune in ATIS and see what's going on with ATIS. And looking at my handy dandy airport diagram, right up here in the top of the corner there, it calls out the ATIS frequency. 134.25. Let's key that in. And this also serves as a radio check to make sure that we're on the VATSIM network and stuff too. Although I did a ton of radio checks just to get over my radio fright for starting. Go.
Altimeter 2979er.
2979.
Departing runway
I've seen
5
some
left.
controllers, they'll put in their
Arrivals expect
controller
ILS approach runway
of,
5 left.
like a
Notices
price
to
list
air
of different
mission.
things, and one of the
All
things I
aircraft
commonly see
read.
is radio checks $5.
Radio check $5.
Yeah, there was a while
Direction
there.
of flight.
I was just turning off ATIS while you were talking there. Okay, I'm going to bring it back up again. Okay, let's see what we got
Yeah, there
going
was
on
a
here.
while there where there was a bunch of Atlanta ground to tower controllers. They all had similar things like that.
That's funny. $5 radio checks. Okay, here we go.
5,000 scattered. Temperature 20. 2.2. Altimeter 2979er. Departing runway 5 left. Arrivals expect ILS approach runway 5 left. Notices to air mission. All aircraft read back all runway hold short instructions. Pre-departure clearance available on request. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. Runway 5 right. 23 closed. Advise on initial contact. You have information Quebec. Indianapolis International Airport ATIS information Quebec 0154 Zulu. Wind 010 at 5. Visibility 6. Phase.
Haze.
5,000 scattered. Temperature 20. 2.2. Altimeter 2979er.
Altimeter
Departing runway
2979er.
5 left. Arrivals expect ILS approach runway 5 left. Notices to air mission. All aircraft read back all runway hold short instructions. Pre-departure clearance available on request.
It's a closed runway.
VFR aircraft say direction of flight. Runway 5 right. 23 closed. Advise on initial contact. You have information Quebec.
Okay.
Sorry, my mic wasn't down. What runway's closed?
5 right and 2-3.
Oh, okay.
See, Treetop, you asked these things, like, you're supposed to listen to the ATIS.
I did. I missed
You
that.
didn't
part.
hear that at the end?
I was tuning my altimeter. Jeez. Okay, lesson, you got to catch everything. So you can't leave one little piece out. So is there ground control tonight, or is that both on the tower?
Nah, just ground. No ground.
No ground. Okay.
No ground. Okay, so we can tune the tower then.
And
In the
then,
tower.
when we head up to exec and get out of your airspace, are we going to be handed over to center? Is there a center? I think there
It would
was.
be approach.
Or approach. And there is an approach on tonight, right?
If you do flight following, then yeah.
Yeah. Which I will. And a question. So we'll get handed over to approach, okay? And we'll head up to exec and we'll do our full stop landing there. And then on the return trip, do I still call them approach?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna on a return trip. We're gonna say India approach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so technically, here's how it's going to go. You get flight following out of Indy up to executive.
Huh?
And then, he'll ask you to report the airport site, you do, and then it'll be cancel flight following.
right.
And then you go land, and then when you get back up in the air, you can call him back up for flight following back to Indianapolis International.
Oh, is the executive controlled
Nope.
tonight?
No.
Oh, we're just gonna be on Unicom We're
Nope.
going to be on Unicom. We're just going to.
No, I think we're going to be. So Stu's going to hand us over to the Indianapolis Center Controller or approach, okay, which is going to be another radio frequency, and we're going to request flight following, okay.
Okay.
So in order for him to be able to talk to us and say, hey, you need to climb or descend, we're going to have to stay on his frequency.
Got it.
So
we
we're
don't
not.
know what that frequency is yet.
We don't know yet. Yeah, and so we won't be on Unicom now. As we're approaching exec up there to the north, he's going to have us tell him when we have the airport in sight. When we tell him that we have the airport in sight, he's going to say flight following is canceled. Then we can change to Unicom.
I see.
I mean, technically, it's you're supposed to cancel flight following. So you'd say, airport in sight, cancel flight following.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I always forget what is Unicom.
122.8.
122.8.
Just a sec. I got to put that down. Unicom.
Unicom. Glad we talked about this.
122.8.
Yep.
Okay.
That's one of those things that I remember when I don't need to remember it, but when I want to remember it, I can't remember it.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Okay. Let me save that off.
And you're ahead of me, Tree. You've got your altimeter tuned. I do not, so I got to remember to do that here.
Yep. And it is 29.79.
Big change. Wow.
Yeah.
With information, Quebec. Okay. Departure is going to be 5 left. So 5 left.
Oh, it is going to be 5 left. Okay, so that means we can take 5 left.
A7.
Oh, 5 left. Oh, we have to cross. Oh, no. We can go down Alpha. We can take Alpha, request intersection, departure A7. Or even A5, probably.
I think I'm going to do A7.
A7. So we basically, when we call them, after we get our squawk set and everything else, we can say requesting taxi instructions to 5 left via Alpha intersection departure Alpha 7.
Yep.
All right, starting to get the hang of this.
Bryce Allen, we are doing okay. We're actually in the Pacific Northwest in Northwest Oregon. And so far, I think we're getting a little bit of haze right now, but we're doing okay. We're not getting hit like New York and stuff like that on the East Coast. Oh man, Tree, do you remember the fires a couple years ago?
Oh, it was horrible.
Oh man, you couldn't breathe outside. It was just crazy.
You couldn't. The air quality, so to give you an idea, in the Northwest at least, we enjoy air quality right around whatever the measurement is of 50 or less, sometimes 18,
Yeah,
19.
down low,
and
yeah.
There were some days where our air quality was like 450
Yeah.
particles per million or whatever that measurement is, and it was horrid. It was horrid. Yeah.
Yeah, there's someone in my chat, they were saying over in Philly it was like 300 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't breathe. And I remember I was traveling at the time, and we headed to the Oregon coast early. Like I was
Oh yeah.
I-5, and it's like we got to Eugene. It's like, no, we're heading west. We got to get over by the ocean where there's a lot of wind, and then we were able to go from 450 to about 110, 120, and then we got down to like 68 over in the coast when the valley here was just socked in. It was horrid.
So thanks for asking, Bryce Allen, and we know the feeling, and we can commiserate with everybody that's going through that. And I can't believe how many homes and stuff are being lost up there in Canada. It's just crazy.
Yeah, horrible.
Blue Pepper says some areas in Pennsylvania were around 460. Yes.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
Yeah, that's bad.
Wow. Yeah, we know we know that is bad. We know what that is. We lived that. That's horrid. You stay inside with the doors shut and let the furnace motor run and hope for the best.
Yep. Change the filters. Oh yeah, the filters. You couldn't buy any filters. I remember that.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, if you weren't first to the hardware store, there was no filters.
All right, so we've got our ATIS, we've got our altimeter checked, got our flight plan followed. We're ready to get taxi clearance, and so we're going to be requesting taxi clearance at 5 left via Alpha 7, intersection departure at Alpha 7. And so let me get that going. We're going to have to cross our runway at 1-4, so we may be told to go ahead and just, go cross, or we may be told to hold short at 1-4, so we'll see how that goes, okay?
Yep.
So I'm getting my pen out.
Okay, I got my spreadsheet out. I'm ready to type.
Okay.
So first we're gonna ask for radio check.
Oh, I'm not going to do a radio check. I know mine works.
You don't have to.
No, okay.
But you can.
All right.
You can. Yeah, like maybe somebody out there wants to do a radio check because they haven't been on VATSIM before. So give it a go, Tree. Let's see. Let people hear it.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to request that 5 left.
But did you do
Alpha?
Did you do a radio check?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it. Oh, you know why? You know why? I don't have the tower tuned in. Oh man.
Because Phlox is smart and he has all his frequencies tuned.
I do not.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we don't have ground, so it's gonna be 120.9. How funny.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm just going to ask. So let's see if I get this right here.
Okay.
So here we go. And I'm ready to type too.
Indy Tower, November 1137 Victor, requesting taxi via Alpha for 5 left, intersection departure Alpha 7.
And remember 1137 Victor, Indy Tower, say direction of flight, and if you require flight following.
Direction of flight will be to the north and requesting flight following.
And remember 1137 Victor, maintain VFR at or below 1,800. Departure on 124.65 and squawk 3451.
3451.
Did you
And
get
what
that?
was it? I didn't get what the other thing he wanted.
The
he
frequency?
Which frequency? For
I didn't
what?
catch it. I didn't catch it either.
Indy Tower 137 Victor, can you repeat frequency, please?
Departure on 124.65.
Departure 124.65. So he wants, okay.
Indy Tower, squawk 345. Indy Tower 137 Victor, squawk 3451. Departure on 124.65.
And remember, Tree 7 Victor, read back correct. Break FedEx 99, exit right when able. Taxi departing via Bravo, Papa, Charlie 1, Delta, cross runway 5, right at Charlie 1.
Boy, now that one I
Okay,
didn't.
Bravo, Papa, Delta, and then across 5 right at Charlie, so thank you.
Oh, he wasn't.
FedEx
talking to
99,
me.
looks like you exited left, so it'll be parking via Alpha, November, Delta.
Okay, he wasn't talking
Okay,
to
Alpha,
me.
November, Delta, thank you.
Okay, I thought, wait a minute. What am I missing here?
Indianapolis Tower, November Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee, VFR departure to the north with Quebec.
And remember, 1137 Victor, runway 5 left at Alpha 7, taxi via Mike Alpha, cross runway 14 at Alpha, hold short of November at or on Alpha.
November.
Was that for Victor or November Mike 520?
Negative.
Indy Tower
Oh,
Indy
wait,
Tower,
wait. I'm not sure if they're done yet.
Then it can't be me because I
No.
asked for Alpha.
No. He's talking to somebody else. Somebody else called for clearance.
Oh.
I was giving you taxi clearance.
Yeah, but I'm looking here. Looks to me like I'd cross one Alpha. I'd hold short, or I'd cross one permission to
Indy
cross
Tower,
1-4.
Cirrus 731 November Echo, request flight following to Indianapolis Executive.
Number 731 at November Echo on request number 2. Who else was calling for something for Mindy Tower?
It's
So,
you, Drew.
November
never
Mike
mind.
520 Whiskey Yankee.
Right.
November Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee Indy Tower, say your request.
Indianapolis Tower, November Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee, VFR departure to the north with Quebec.
Cross Alpha.
And November 520 Whiskey Yankee, do you require flight following today?
No, thank you.
Yeah, November Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee.
Oh, yeah.
Maintain VFR at or below 2,500. Departure on 124.65. And squawk tree 450.
Yeah, Flux, we have to cross Mike. So I get it now.
Repeat squawk, please.
Okay.
Squawk tree 450.
Maintain at or below 2,500. Squawk tree 450. November Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee.
Number Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee, read back correct, and departure is 124.65.
Departure at 124.65, November Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee.
And November 1137 Victor, you having trouble with those taxi instructions?
Indy Tower, 137 Victor, taxi via Mike Alpha, cross runway 14, November to Alpha, hold short, Alpha 7, runway 5 left.
Okay, you kind of got it wrong, but the taxi instructions have actually changed now since it took so long. Runway 5 left, taxi via Mike Alpha, cross runway, okay, correction, runway 5 left at Alpha 7, taxi via Mike Alpha, cross 14 at Alpha.
Indy Tower, taxi Mike Alpha, cross 14 Alpha, hold short, Alpha 7.
Nice.
And November 1137 Victor, confirm you have information Quebec on board.
What does he mean by that?
ATC.
Oh,
Indy Tower, 137 Victor, confirm ATIS on board.
Quebec is the call-out code for the ATIS. You got to say Quebec.
oh.
Indy Tower, 137 Victor, I have Quebec.
What does he mean by that?
That's when we
And
listen.
November 7 Tree 1 November Echo, Indy Tower, say your request.
731 November Echo would like to request flight following to Indianapolis Executive.
Alright, November 7 Tree 1 November Echo, maintain VFR at or below 2,500, departure 124.65, squawk tree 427.
What does he mean, Quebec?
That's the ATIS.
Maintain
When we listen to the
VFR
ATIS
at
radio
or
for the
below
weather, it's the
2,500,
information Quebec. Sometimes it'll be information
12
November, information.
4.65 and
Oh.
squawk
You know what I
Do
mean?
427.
Do I tune that
November.
somewhere?
Well,
Number 1 November Echo, 1 November Echo, read back
sorry, they're
correct.
talking. Okay, so what it is you listen to the ATIS.
Indianapolis Tower, November Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee, taxi to 5 left.
And the main thing you want to get out of that is the
And
altimeter
November
setting,
Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee, confirm you have information Quebec on board.
We have Quebec.
which was 2979, which
November
I think you
Mike
tuned.
520 Whiskey Yankee, runway 5 left, taxi via Alpha.
Yeah, what Blue Pepper says.
Taxi via Alpha, November Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee.
Indy Tower loads, Jazz 124 with Quebec with clearance to Toronto.
Getting busy.
Yeah.
And Jazz 124 Indy Tower, I'd totally give you clearance, except it seems you didn't file it yet. Alright, try that for Jazz 124. Yeah, Jazz 124 got the clearance now. Go to Toronto via the Mir 7 departure, Marin transition, then as filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect flyable tree 0, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.65. Squawk 4017. Alright, clear the Toronto Mir 7 departure, Marin transition that's filed, maintain 5,000, expect 330 and 10 departure on 124.65, squawk
Amazing how they can do those readbacks.
Jazz 124, readback correct.
Can you do
So Blue, okay, hang on. Blue.
Indianapolis Tower,
Oh man, I wish we could talk.
Record is,
Let's
Julian
change to a different. Change your code real quick. Your tower code on your frequency. Just
November 7 to tree 1 at November Echo.
Okay, so now I don't hear them anymore. It's just you and me now, right?
Right.
Okay.
So I don't understand. ATIS is 134.25. What is ATIS Quebec?
Okay, so ATIS is what we
Quebec
list.
is the current ATIS. It says the letter at the beginning and the end of the ATIS to, identify that that's the current one. They're updated usually every hour, but sometimes more often than that.
So what do I do in the aircraft, if anything?
Typically, you
tune
set
the
your.
ATIS, you listen to it, and you write down the information. Note that it's information Quebec, that it's that current set of information.
I see. He's going to say information Quebec on the broadcast. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
And
okay.
typically, what you do
like
is
60 seconds. It'll be switched to the next letter.
Okay.
And typically, what you do is set your altimeter. I mean, you listen to the visibility and which runways and stuff like that, right? But the main thing you want to get is the altimeter.
Okay. And then when you set your squawk, do you automatically want a DEN on and VFR on for our setting? So squawk is set, but I don't have VFR pressed or ident pressed. Do we want that?
No, you don't want those pressed. VFR will change your squawk to 1200, and ident is used if approach tells you to do it.
Oh, so you don't do any of that. So once I set squawk, it's already broadcasting 3451.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, all right.
Well, you need to press the altitude button, ALT, so it'll squawk momentarily.
You have an altitude button on your thing there?
Yep.
ALT? Yeah.
Yep, there it goes.
There you go. That's why we're here.
There we go. I didn't share my screen, by the way. Not that we'll have time to do a lot of that anyways, but I'll share it.
It's kind of weird that the METAR says that haze shouldn't be there anymore, but in my tower view, the haze is still there.
I'm going to tune in ATIS again. So I know what's going on in case my altimeter has to change.
Oh, apparently my chat says information ranch dressing is current.
Oh, funny. Here we go. Let me listen to it for a second.
Romeo.
And I'm going to pull you down Alpha, Flux. We already have permission.
Indianapolis International Airport ATIS information Romeo 0254 Zulu.
Ready to taxi.
1360 at 10.
Gotcha.
Visibility 9er.
Well, I want to follow him to
Sky clear below 12000. Temperature 19er.
Well, I'm anxious to
2.3.
do all this stuff.
Altimeter 29er
Oh,
A2.
wait.
Departing runway 5 left. Arrivals expect ILF approach runway 5 left.
They're supposed to maintain visual
Notice
sight.
to air mission.
They don't see you taxiing.
All aircraft read back all runway hold short instruction. Pre-departure clearance available on request. VFR aircraft faker.
Okay, Blue Pepper, thanks for that. So yeah, I get it. It changes. It's the same frequency. It's just that Quebec is telling me how recent it was.
Exactly. Okay.
Let's get out of Dodge.
Yeah, I gotta make my call here. Indy Tower, November 6318 Romeo. Requesting flight following to Indy Exec to the north with information Romeo and taxi clearance.
And November 6 tree at 18 Romeo, Indy Tower, maintain VFR at or below 1,800. Departure on 124.65, squawk, tree 417.
Departure 124.65.
Oh, I'm on the wrong frequency. No wonder I don't
Squawk
hear anything.
3417, Money Romeo.
Number 18 Romeo, read back correct. Runway 5 at left, taxi via Mike Alpha, cross runway 14 at Alpha.
Taxi via Mike Alpha, across runway 14 via Alpha. And also like to add a intersection departure Alpha 7.
November 18 Romeo, runway 5 left at Alpha 7, taxi via Mike Alpha, cross 14 at Alpha.
Mike Alpha, across 14 via Alpha 7, intersection departure Money Romeo.
And November Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee, fly runway heading, wind to tree 60 at 10, runway 5 left, you are clear for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, clear for takeoff. November Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee.
Okay, we're rolling. Oh, man.
Oh, there you are. We're rolling.
Indy exec, here we come.
Guess we follow the blue lights. Is that you there? Yeah, it is you.
That should be me in front of you here.
Yeah, it is. There you are. Did we just cross 14?
Not yet.
No, we're crossing 14 now.
I am now. Yep.
Shortly, yeah.
Yep. But you didn't tell us to hold short so we can cross.
Yep.
I guess I should have looked left and right for traffic, but
He told us we could.
And November Mike 520 Whiskey Yankee, contact departure 124.65.
Over to departure 124.65, good night.
I'm hearing either 12465 or 14265. I can't.
It's 124.65.
And November 6 tree 18 Romeo confirms squawking tree 417.
You busted. I'm gonna stop tree.
Okay.
And then you're not going to say anything about it?
Indy Tower 18 Romeo squawking 3417. I just wanted to get it tuned in before I responded.
And November 7 tree 1 November Echo. Wind is tree 60 at 10. Fly runway heading. Runway 5 left. You're clear for takeoff.
Runway 5 left, cleared for takeoff. Fly runway heading. 1 November Echo.
It is kind of hazy. All right, for Alpha 7. Hopefully fast taxi's approved. So those new to the channel, Treetop and I just started dipping our toes into VATSIM maybe a month and a half ago, and I don't know if intimidated is the right word, but you know, it took a little bit of us to finally dip our toes into the pool. I have to say it's been such a great experience so far, as far as both being challenging and learning and being, you know, in a good environment to do all those things, along with STW and you guys in chat and helping us and stuff. Such a great experience. And good old 1-8 Romeo was actually in real life my dad's Piper Cherokee 1966 Piper Cherokee 140. And unfortunately, a number of years back, we had to sell her, so she's not in the family anymore. And what I like to think is she lives on with the family in the sim, and having the opportunity to get on VATSIM and, you know, do the radio calls and call out her registration number, just makes it's like a little warm spot in my heart. So good stuff. And if anybody hasn't seen the flight show at the beginning, you'll see some pictures of 1-8 Romeo when she was a little rough looking.
And November 731 November Echo, contact departure. Have a good night.
Over departure, see ya.
And departure is 124.650, correct? I think that's what I said. That's what he told me. So that's what we're going to switch to when he tells us.
Yes.
And November 6318 Romeo, are you ready to go?
Yeah, ready to line up and wait. 1-8 Romeo.
Number 6318 Romeo. Wind is 360 at 10. Fly runway heading. Runway 5 left at Alpha 7. You are cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff at Alpha 7 runway heading.
Indy Tower, Pilot Club 1496 in the left downwind runway 5 left.
Pilot Club 1496. Wind is 360 at 10. Runway 5 left. You're clear to land. The traffic departing prior to your arrival is a Piper.
Clear to land runway 5 left, Pilot Club 1496.
Entire Jazz 124 is advertised. Romeo now.
And Jazz 124, runway 5 left, taxi via Romeo Bravo.
5 left, Romeo Bravo, Jazz 124.
Indy Tower 137 Victor, hold short. Runway 5 left.
Number 1137 Victor, remain holding short, landing traffic.
137 Victor, holding short.
Where's my heading bug? You see it?
What's your heading right now?
Oh, good question.
And number 6318 Romeo, contact departure 124.65. Have a good flight.
Contact departure 124.65. 1-8 Romeo. Get this going. Okay, I can't go over 1800. Cannot go over 1800. Down to 1600.
Yeah, just to be safe.
Yeah, I went over it for a second. There we go.
He's making me hold short. Or he has to make me hold short for traffic.
Okay,
124.65. I see traffic coming in. But I can catch up to you pretty easy, I think.
Okay. Indy departure November 6318 Romeo.
1600 too.
Departing Indy en route to Indy exec. Requesting flight following.
Pepper 6318
Lots
Romeo,
of
what
course
is
heading.
our Indianapolis departure radar contact? What is going to be the on-course heading?
Flux, do you hear me?
360.
Lost you, Flux.
Pepper 18 Romeo, roger, on course is approved. You currently do have a traffic off to your 10 o'clock in about 5 miles. This is Sirius 22 heading north.
Roger traffic. Roger traffic heading north 1 Romeo. Okay, 360. Here we go. Sorry, Tree. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. 360 is what you're doing.
I'm going to 360 right now.
Okay, 360.
Sorry,
okay.
Sirius 1 November
north.
Echo. Where are you going to today?
Indianapolis Executive, 1 November Echo.
I had to contact departure, and he asked me what my
Sirius 1 November Echo. Roger.
heading was going to be to exec. And I had to tell him 360 off the top of my head, because all I know is north.
Oh, I'm talking about 8 miles.
Okay,
and he said, okay, heading is approved.
Did he make you change your squawk?
Nope.
Good.
Field is in sight, 1 November Echo.
Sirius 1 November Echo, roger. Do you still want to fly following, or you want to terminate now?
No, I can go ahead and terminate now. Thanks a lot, 1 November Echo.
Sirius 1 November Echo, roger. You still do have further traffic off to your 10 o'clock. He's currently at 5,600, still heading northbound and climbing. And radar service terminated, frame change approved, squawk VFR.
Okay, squawk VFR, and I do have that traffic in front of me at 10 o'clock in sight, 1 November Echo. Thanks.
Whew.
And Piper 18 Romeo, that traffic is now off to your 11 o'clock in about 4 miles at 2,100. Looks like he's descending. He's also flying northbound. He also was going, he was indicating over 1,100 over the ground.
I see.
Indy Tower, Indy departure. I have traffic in sight. Thank you.
Piper 18 Romeo, roger. Maintain separation from that traffic.
We'll maintain.
And Piper 18 Romeo, the Indianapolis Executive Airport is also off to your 11 o'clock in about 8 miles. Report when you have it.
We'll report. 18 Romeo. Indy departure November 6318 Romeo.
Piper 18 Romeo, go ahead.
I have exec in sight.
Piper 18 Romeo, roger. There's still one traffic going in front of you currently. You have him in sight. And you can, or do you want to drop flight following now, or do you want to keep it?
Let's go ahead and drop it just for practice sake, as I'm new to it, and then I'll reacquire on the way back.
18 Romeo, roger. Radar service is terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved. Regards your flight.
Will squawk VFR. Frequency change approved. Good night. Thanks. All right, so it's 122.8.
That one too high.
Oh, this is cool. Now I got somebody in front of me.
I gotta get back down again.
Executive traffic, November 6318 Romeo, about 5 miles to the south, slightly east, inbound for a full stop, 3618 Romeo.
Indianapolis Executive Traffic, Sirius 731 November Echo is flying midfield.
There we go.
Crossover for left downwind runway 36 at
Okay,
Currently at
124.65.
2,500. Indianapolis exec.
And
Indianapolis exec, when Romeo have traffic in sight.
I don't know what I want to say there. Oh shoot, this is not working.
Oh man, I feel like I left you, Tree. We got separated. It's like, you know, a stoplight or something separated us on our road trip.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble here. Maintaining here. I'm not getting a hold here. My
Indianapolis
autopilot's not
executive
working.
traffic, Sierra 731 November Echo is entering the left downwind for runway 36. Indianapolis executive.
Indianapolis executive traffic, November 6318 Romeo, about 3 miles to the south, slightly east. We'll do a midfield approach, have traffic in sight.
Indianapolis executive, doing a left base for runway 36. I also have view in sight coming in. Indianapolis executive. Indianapolis executive 731 November Echo is turning 1 mile final for runway 36. Indianapolis executive.
There he is, right below me down there.
Oh, you see me?
No, I see my traffic.
Full stop for 1 Echo.
Have you been put on our frequency for departure yet? Or did you go to Unicom? Did they ask you to...
He asked me for direction. Heading. He asked me for a heading.
Okay. So in a minute, he might ask you, you know, to let him know when you have the airport in sight, and then you can cancel flight following. I canceled flight following because I want to, you know, kind of call him back again as we're doing it again for practice. But when you cancel flight following, he's going to say frequency change approved. That's when you need to go to 122.80 and start doing your Unicom calls saying, hey, I'm 5 miles out from exec, you know, doing a midfield approach, getting into a left downwind, base, final, all that.
Okay. I'm kind of with you here.
And executive traffic, November 6318 Romeo, midfield approach, entering a left downwind, full stop, 3618 Romeo.
Let's see. Oh.
Does it?
I think I see
Indianapolis exec traffic, Sirius 731 November Echo is clear of runway 36 at Alpha, taxiing back to runway 36. Indianapolis executive.
Indianapolis exec, November 6318 Romeo, left base for full stop 3618 Romeo. Here, another notch of flaps. Okay, 3 in the green. Prop mixture full forward.
Right downwind. Right downwind for 360. Okay.
So I came in on the right side of the executive runway and did a midfield crossover and entered a left downwind is what I did.
He told me to do a right downwind.
Oh, okay.
So I'm doing that. I think I see you approaching. You're not landed yet, are you?
He shouldn't need to tell you what to do because you're out on a Unicom land.
Woo! City Executive traffic, November 6-3, Winnie Romeo's clear the active. We'll
right downwind.
taxi via Alpha.
Oh, cross
back to
midfield, right down. Oh, I see what I got to do for 360. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, this is practice. This is why we do this. Okay, I'm going to do a right downwind for 360. So I'm going to come up here and do a 180.
Indianapolis
I get it now.
Executive traffic.
Hey, what happened to my lights?
November Echo
My lights
holding
are
short.
off. That's not helpful.
Runway 36 at Alpha. Hey, Flox, are we going back to Indianapolis?
Not helpful at
that's
all.
affirm. Hopefully, if there's enough time, maybe do some pattern work down there.
Oh, okay, so we're just heading straight back, and we'll do some pattern work over there. Great. Sounds good.
Oops, I'm too high now.
Indianapolis Executive Traffic, Sierra 731 November Echo is taking off runway 36 for a left downwind departure to the south, 1 November Echo.
Wow, Agent Presta, thank you. All right, hopefully I could do a quick bio break here. And then I think I got to redo the flight plan and hit swap and resubmit, and then head back, which will allow Treetop to get in. There's our departing traffic right there.
Okay, I'm in a right downwind. Now I'm going to turn base.
Nice.
My exterior lights went out. I can't do anything about it right now.
Taking a look for you up there. There you are.
And
I see you.
I'm way too high. Way too high.
All right, quick bio break, and then I'll be back, and hopefully Tree will be down. Not a lot going on, right? I mean, I didn't realize that we're gonna have that much going on, Agent. Oh man. So Tree, you should be on one.
Indianapolis Exec Traffic, Sierra 731 November Echo is in the left
Wait.
crosswind for runway 36.
You
left downwind departure.
You should be tuning into 122.80 so you hear all the Unicom traffic that we're doing right now.
I couldn't. Okay.
And you need
My
to be
problem was,
you need to be announcing your intentions, like you're crossing midfield, your left downwind, base, just like we do in the old days. You need to be doing that now.
I want short final. If I do that,
I would.
731 November Echo is turning left downwind for a left downwind departure to the south, Indianapolis Executive.
122.8. Enter. 122.8. 137 November 1137 Victor. Short final for runway 36. Full stop. Oh.
November 1137 Victor on short final for runway 36, full stop.
Woo!
Did you take the first exit?
I made the first exit. I did. Yep.
Yeah. And me too, just barely.
If I see you here.
Darn it. No, I lost my exterior lights. I don't know what happened here. Okay, I need just a minute here.
I'm looking for you.
You don't see me?
I thought I saw you up in the pattern there.
Indianapolis Executive Traffic, Sirius 731 November Echo is
You can't
about
see
3
me because
miles to
my...
the south.
Hang on
Last
here.
call, Indianapolis Executive.
I don't know what happened to my lights. I gotta go check this out here.
Oh, I think I see you now. You're on the taxiway.
Okay. Yep, lights. Nav lights.
And
Beacon.
Yeah, for some reason,
strobe.
VPilot will turn off a bunch of your lights when you're on the ground, or at least other people's lights.
Okay, now I should light up.
I think it's just the landing lights usually, though.
Yeah, okay. There we
And
go.
you need to do a 180. And I'm behind you. You need to do a 180 and come down the other way.
Yep, I will.
Okay. And once you get down close to me, I'll start moving.
Okay, I need to take a quick break here.
Okay. Yep. Go for it. I just took a quick break.
I'll line up behind you and take a quick break here. Oh, I totally did not do that very well because I got up to 3,000 feet. So somebody should, in real life, would have been yelling at me.
Well, I think after we're out of the airspace,
Bravo.
yeah, or Charlie. Once you're out of Charlie, you're okay.
Yeah, I was out of Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're down there at the end?
Yeah, I'm straight ahead of you. Yep. I'm not quite at the end just yet. I just kind of pulled off the taxiway.
I gotcha.
A lot going on this trip, man.
Man. But, you know, doing this again, now it's cementing this stuff in my mind. Oh, I see in front of me there.
Yep. Now, on the way back, we're going to have to fly on Unicom for, you know, maybe 3 or 4 miles, 5 miles, okay? Then we're going to have to switch to that departure frequency, that 124.65, whatever it was.
Yep.
And contact Indy departure, request flight following to Indiana International and direction of flight to the south.
Yep. Okay.
So that's what we'll be doing on the way back. So go ahead. Yep, I'll be right here. I'll hang out for you.
Okay, thanks.
Flaps set for takeoff. I think I'll swap tanks. Let's see. How's my fuel doing? Yeah, a little bit. I don't need to swap tanks yet. I'm good. Okay. Runway heading is going to be 36. So we set our heading bug. Our heading bug is set for 36 already because we did that on the way up here. That's good. So we can use that for our departure. And then we'll head just about due south after we depart. Make our way back down there. So 180 is going to be our direction of flight on the way back.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, I'll start rolling here. India Executive Traffic, November 6318 Romeo, taxiing via Alpha to 36 for straight out departure.
India Exec, taxiing Alpha for runway 36 for straight out departure.
Well, what if we have to listen to ATC again? No. ATC is going to be Quebec 3 on the way back. So Indy is going to be Quebec. And it has a new altimeter setting that I'll share with you.
Okay.
Hang on. Indy Exec Traffic, November 6318 Romeo holding short 36. Parking brake is set. So your altimeter needs to be set to 2982. Okay?
Got it.
So on the way back, when we contact tower, or landing clearance, we'll say information November, right? No, Romeo. It's information Romeo, QR. So setting your altimeter to 29.82, you're now working with information Romeo as it pertains to
Okay.
ATIS, okay?
Okay, so when I contact approach on 124.65, when he asks, "Do you have Romeo?" I'm
I
going to
don't
say yes.
think he's going to ask us.
Well, we're going to tell him.
Yeah, we can tell him. So we can tell him. I'm not sure if he's, he would, he's departure, right? Departure. So I'm not sure if he's going to require it or not, but we can tell him we have it, and he might say thank you. But we definitely want to tell STW when we get handed over to tower that we have information Romeo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we just for practice, we'll do both.
All right. Okay. Get my flap set. Okay, double checking that. Prop mixture's full forward. Indy exec November 6318 Romeo, taking the active 36 for a straight out departure 18 Romeo. I should have looked both ways for traffic. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going to look both ways.
Is there anybody
Nobody's
behind me?
coming.
No, good.
Nope, just me.
Can't take things for granted, you know?
No.
Indy exec, November 1137 Victor, holding short, one-way 360, taking the active for straight-out departure.
It's almost like we know what we're doing. Keyword almost.
Yeah, almost. Wait till we get back in all that traffic.
Right?
And then you're just going to change your heading back towards Indy, correct? After nobody tells us when, we're just going to do it.
Yep. As soon as I clear the threshold here, I'm going to climb to, 1.8? Got to be, so I'll be at 1.5. I'm almost at 1.5 right now, just so I don't have to worry about altitude. I'm going to go to 1.5. Clear the threshold, and I'm going to make my turn to the south here.
Okay.
And I'm approaching 1.5. So level off.
When it's dark like this is a lot harder, especially if you don't see a lot of lights.
And go 180. Oh shoot, I'm getting high. I gotta go down a little bit.
Okay. And now I want heading 180.
Now I gotta think about my altitude. I'm a little high. It's okay, I can fix it.
I'm an autopilot. Where's 180?
And Indy exec traffic, November 6318 Romeo. On the right downwind heading south, 18 Romeo.
Indy executive, November 1137 Victor, on right downwind heading south.
Whew. Okay.
Man. Okay, where are you? Where am I?
I am way high, and I'm going down. Get down now!
Okay, when I'm going 137, I'm not seeing you just yet. Oh, gears up. Gear up, flaps up. I'm gonna screw my... No.
I got level off at 1.5. And I'm going to call Indy departure here in a second.
There you are. I got you now.
There we go.
Where's my hitting bug?
Okay, let's get this set. Alright, I think I'm good.
Okay, and I'm going to switch to 124.65, correct?
Yep. As am I. 124.
And then before we do that, let's put in 12.1209. So we're ready for SCW, ready for Indy Tower.
Yeah, you can do that. I can't do that on mine.
What are you doing?
He's just.
I'm putting your frequency in ahead of time, so
Yeah.
when he tells me to switch to you, I got you.
Yeah. Are you already talking to approach?
Not yet.
Not yet. We're getting there. Now I'm set up. Okay. And
Just so you know, you guys probably shouldn't be so close together. You're gonna make approaches alarms go off.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want you to do a 360 tree?
I'll slow way down.
No, I'm slowing down isn't really gonna help. Just go ahead and do a 360.
All right.
Indy approached November 6318 Romeo at 1600 southbound for full stop at Indy International. Have close by traffic, and they're doing a 360 and requesting flight following.
6318 Romeo, roger. You need Indy approach, squawk 3417.
3417. Do you need an ident? It should be squawking.
When you squawk it, let me know.
On. Indy approach confirm squawk.
18 Romeo, radar contact 10 miles to the north of the Indianapolis airport. Indianapolis altimeter 2982. It is information Romeo is current. You can expect to enter the left downwind for runway 5 left. Just a heads up, there is also another aircraft in the pattern for runway 5 left.
Looks like I see the traffic there for 5 left. Left downwind 18 Romeo. Oh, nice 360 tree.
18 Romeo, just
Thanks.
to help tower, can you turn right 20 degrees to the right?
20 degrees to the right 18 Romeo.
Indy approach, November 1137 Victor, heading south.
What else do I want to say?
Information Romeo.
Oh, I have information Romeo.
And in your intention is to land at to land.
For 1137 Victor. Squawk ident, please.
So for me, I just had to like change the frequency, like one of the numbers, and it seemed like that's what gave him.
1137
There you go.
Victor.
Radar
contact. Also, my button helps you works. 9 miles to the north of the Indianapolis airport. Indianapolis altimeter 2982. It is information Romeo is current. You can expect to enter the left base for runway 5 left. And can you just slow down just a wee bit? You're passing the person in front of you.
Indy approach, roger, slow down.
Number 37 Victor, the traffic off to your 2 o'clock in about 3 miles is a Piper. Currently at 17,000, heading right to left.
Indy approach, traffic, 137 Victor, traffic in sight.
Number 37 Victor, roger, follow that traffic and maintains visual separation from that traffic.
You want to turn right about 20
Victor.
degrees.
Yes,
Turn.
I got it.
Okay, cool.
137 Victor, visual separation.
018 Romeo, contact tower 120.9er.
120.9er, 18 Romeo.
Yeah, I've got I can see 5 over there. So this makes more sense this time. Left downwind.
Indy Tower, November 63, 18 Romeo. About 3 miles to the north at 1,600. Inbound for full stop, 5 left.
Number 63, 18 Romeo, Indy Tower, to the left downwind, runway 5 left.
To the left, 18 Romeo.
And November 63, 18 Romeo, wind tree 60 at 10, runway 5 left, you are clear to land.
Clear to land, 18 Romeo. Okay, let's get set up for a downwind.
I slowed way down. No reason to go fast. I'm too high.
Nah, you're fine.
Okay. Boy, you know one thing up there at Exec, there's not a lot of lights on the ground. It's like, holy cow, so easy to lose your
Go get the
orientation.
scenery. Maybe next time I'm on Indy, you can go up there.
Well, I will.
You know, I'll go look for that link for the scenery too.
Cool. Yeah, put it in chat. That's awesome.
Well.
Oh, BK Tacos. Sorry, man. I missed you till just now. Evening, folks. Looks like you're having fun. Really should get back into VATSIM one of these days. Nice.
Yeah, that's one word for it. No, it is fun.
It is fun. It's challenging, but fun.
It is challenging. This is not your carefree, we're going to cover 9 subjects from start to finish flight. Autopilot is off.
Indianapolis Tower, Sierra 731 November Echo. We have traffic in the downwind in sight.
Number 731 November Echo, roger, you can follow that traffic.
We'll follow the traffic, 1 November Echo.
Number 1137 Victor, Indy Tower, are you on this frequency?
What do you say?
Are you on his frequency? Are you on the
yes.
his Indy Tower frequency 120.9.
Yeah. Indy Tower 137 Victor on 120.9.
Number 1137 Victor, Indy Tower. Traffic you're following is traffic you're following for runway 5 left is a Piper. Do you have them in sight?
Indy Tower 137 Victor, traffic in sight.
And remember 1137 Victor, you can follow that traffic, wind 360 at 10, runway 5 left. You're clear for the option number 2.
Indy Tower, follow traffic in sight, clear for the option.
Here she is. Woo! Oh, there's Tree. I think that's Tree over there. Okay, landing lights on.
And remember 1137 Victor, start your base turn for the next mile.
137 Victor, Indy Tower, please repeat.
Start your base turn within the next mile.
137 Victor, starting base turn.
Within the next mile, yeah.
And good evening, Indianapolis Tower, Delta 207, established runway 05 left on visual approach.
And Delta 207, Indy Tower, wind 360 at 10. Continue approach and reduced final approach speed.
Already down to final approach speed, and we will continue approach Delta 207.
Woo!
Are you down?
Just about. There I am.
Yeah, I'm coming in front of somebody. That's what he's doing.
And remember, 1137 Victor, just keep your speed up until you're on short final.
137 Victor, speed up till short final.
And Delta 207, traffic you're following is a Bonanza on a 1.5 mile left base. Wind 360 at 10, runway 5 left, you're clear to land number 2.
Already clear to land 5 left, number 2. We have eyes on the traffic, and we're going to try our best to slow down those to 130.
And remember, 1 November Echo, send your downwind, I'll call your base.
We'll extend the downwind, and you'll call our base, 1 November Echo.
Number 18 Romeo, taxi to parking via Alpha Mike, cross runway 14 at Alpha.
Alpha Mike, cross 14 via Alpha. Oh, yes. That taxiway. There it is.
And Delta 207, speed is your discretion.
Already speed discretion, Delta 207.
So hard to see.
Indy Tower, hello, Beaver, November 5,
And I missed it.
4 Victor, IFR clients to Merriam County. We have ATC information, Romeo.
And remember, 1 November Echo, traffic is a Boeing 737. After left wing, report them inside.
We have the traffic in sight, 1 November Echo.
Number 1 November Echo, you can follow that traffic inbound. Caution wake turbulence. Wind 360 at 10, runway 5 left, you're clear for the option number 2.
Cleared for the option, runway 5 left, number 2, 1 November Echo.
Number 1137 Victor, exit left when able.
137 Victor, turn left when able.
And chat, I'm showing the map again because it's so hard to see at night. I missed my turn for Alpha, and I'm over here in this general parking area. Now I got to make a right turn and get back on Alpha before I get busted. So hard to see with this floodlight being so dim, you know.
Yeah.
It would not be like this in real
And
life.
remember, 1137 Victor, taxi to parking via Alpha Mike, cross 14 at Alpha.
137 Victor, taxi Alpha, crossway 14 via Mike to parking.
And November 5274 Victor, you're clear to the Kilo Mike Zulu Airport via radar vectors direct. Maintain 3,000. Expect 9,000 in 10. Departure 124.65. Squawk 1422.
Alright, Beaver 5T74, just cleared to Kilo Mike Zulu at our radar vectors direct. Maintain 3,000, expect 9,010, departure 124.65, squawk 1422, Beaver 5T74 Victor.
Dang! Amazing.
Number 74 Victor, read back correct. And Delta 207, are you going around?
Yes, sir, going around Delta 207, we're too high on approach.
Delta 207, that's alright. Fly runway heading, climb maintain 3,000. Contact departure 124.65.
Runway heading 3000, and we'll contact departure Delta 207.
The tree, we're coming up on 2 hours. Do you have another half hour in yet? Do you want to do some pattern work? Do you want to call it a night?
You know what? Let's call. I kind of want to talk and debrief what we did.
Okay.
Actually, I'll do another half-hour pattern work though if you want.
No, okay. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So we're on the taxiway right now. We're taxiing back. I'm gonna call and say, something with a request, and then he'll say, "What's your, state your request," and to taxi to, 5 left, via intersection Alpha 7 departure for pattern work. Okay. And we'll see how that goes.
So but we haven't completed our instruction from the tower yet.
No, that's why we're going to say with request. I'm going to call him and say, I got a request. We're sitting here taxiing, but we can call and say, hey, you know what? I changed my mind. You know why? Because we're the boss. We're in control.
Okay. Got it.
We'll see what happens here.
Okay.
I'm going to pull over here to the left.
Any tower Beaver 5274 Victor with Romeo. We're at Millionaire Short of Mike. Taxi. I meant to file a Slant Alpha. And our compass, it doesn't have like a manual adjustment knob, so we'll use our magnetic.
Alright, so do you need me to add Brickyard into your flight plan then?
Yeah. Our compass is pretty much an op.
I'm going to take
Okay, November 5274 Victor. Go to the Mike Azul Airport by radar vectors to Brickyard, then direct.
Beaver 5274 just clear to Mike Zulu via Brickyard, then direct.
And November 74 Victor, read back correct.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. Indy Tower, November 6318 Romeo with the request.
And November 6318 Romeo, stand by 1. And November 74 Victor, are you still ready for taxi?
Yep, we're ready for taxi, Beaver 5274.
Number 74 Victor, runway 5 left, taxi via Mike Alpha, cross 14 at Alpha.
Mike Alpha, cross runway 14 on Alpha, Beaver 5274 Victor.
And November 18 Romeo, go ahead if you request.
Yeah, I would like to do a 180 here and intersection departure via Alpha 7, 5 left for pattern work.
And November 6318 Romeo, squawk 0232.
0232.
Number 18 Romeo, read back correct, runway 5 left, taxi via 5 left at Alpha 7, taxi via Alpha.
Alpha 7 via Alpha. 023.
Okay, did you call him?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Indy Tower, November 6318 Romeo, confirm squawk.
Squawk is 0232.
Broadcasting. 18 Romeo.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what'd you ask him?
Basically, I just said with the request, and he said state with request, and I said I'd like to do a 180, and depart 5 left via
United
Alpha 7 intersection or 7, right?
United 14
Yep.
48
Or
Indy
pattern
Tower. Continue approach.
For pattern work, and he gave me a new squawk code.
Oh, he did. Okay, Alpha 7.
Yeah.
Indy Tower 137 Victor with a request.
Number 1137 Victor, Indy Tower.
Indy Tower, changed my mind. I want to get 1 or 2 patterns in. So requesting Alpha taxi to Alpha 7 midfield departure for 5 left.
Pattern work. Yep.
Pattern work.
And November 1 November Echo, extend your downwind, I'll call your base.
I'll extend downwind and you call my base, 1 November Echo.
Delta 1448, wind 360 at 10, runway 5 left, you're clear to land.
Clear to land, 5 left, United 1448.
And remember 1 November Echo, traffic is a Delta 737 on 5 mile final, reporting inside.
And this is left pattern work, correct? Fox?
I think so.
I think we have the traffic in sight. There's one at 12 o'clock and there's one at my 10 o'clock.
They got your 10 o'clock break. United 1448, speed is your discretion.
Speed our discretion, United 1448.
And remember 11 Tree 7 Victor, squawk 02 Tree 1.
137 Victor, squawk 0231.
Number 11 Tree 7 Victor, read back correct. And after the Beaver, taxi and left to right on Alpha. Runway 5 left at Alpha 7, taxi via Alpha.
0. Indy Tower, repeat squawk again.
And remember 1 November Echo, base turn approved.
Base turn approved, 1 November Echo.
Number 11 Tree 7 Victor, the squawk is 02 Tree 1.
Roger, 137 Victor, squawk 0231. Taxi Alpha to Alpha 7 midfield departure for pattern work.
Landing traffic there ahead of me on the left. Welcome in.
And remember 1 November Echo, caution wake turbulence for landing 737. Wind 360 at 10, runway 5 left, you're clear for the option.
Runway 5 left, cleared for the option, 1 November Echo.
And remember 1 November Echo, keep your speed up till a short final. Traffic is a Boeing 738 10 mile final.
We'll keep the speed up, 1 November Echo.
And hello yet again, Indy Tower, Delta 207. We are established 05 left on the visual approach.
And Delta 207, Indy Tower. You are about 6 miles in trail of a CRSSR 22. Wind 360 at 10, runway 5 left, you're clear to land number 2.
Already clear to land number 2, Delta 207. And do you want us to go slower? Approach gate was 180, so 5 miles.
Speed is your discretion.
Alrighty, we'll go Delta 207.
Beaver 5274, requesting an Alpha 7 departure.
You're 5274 Victor, runway 5 left at Alpha 7, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 5 left at Alpha 7, taxi via Alpha, Bonanza 52, or Beaver 5274 Victor.
And Beaver 74 Victor, confirm you have Romeo on board.
Yep, we have Romeo 74 Victor.
Indy Tower, November 631, Romeo, holding short, Alpha 7 for 5 left, intersection departure.
Number 6 Tree 18 Romeo, remain holding short, landing traffic, there'll be 2 aircraft landing.
2 aircraft landing, 1 Romeo.
Oh, whoops. I passed up Alpha 7 apparently. No, I didn't.
Nope, next one.
Are you're holding short or you're still on the taxiway?
I'm holding short on Alpha 7.
Number 1 November Echo, roger, enter left traffic, runway 5 left.
Left traffic, runway 5 left.
I got somebody in front of me.
Yeah, 4 Victor.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I thought that was you. Okay.
Ooh, I'm gonna check my tanks. Boy, I'm still pretty good. Watching that landing traffic coming in.
Yep. Oh, I see you there. So this is 7 here. Okay.
Yeah, 2 of you are stacking up behind me here.
Yep. Looks like it.
And the guy doesn't have the strobes on behind me, but I bet you he'll flip them on when he gets ready to take the active.
Yeah. And unless he tells us otherwise, it's left pattern work, correct?
Oh, he should tell us.
Okay.
But I do believe it is left. Nice. Look at that. Very cool.
Very cool.
Traffic went by right in front of me. There's STW in the tower straight ahead of me, right off my nose. Okay, make sure laps are set for...
And Delta 207, exit right when able, taxi straight into parking.
Prop mixture
Alrighty,
full
straight
forward.
into parking for Delta 207. Thanks for the help. Have a good one.
Strobes, landing beacon, navs on.
November 6 tree 18 Romeo, wind 360 at 10, make left close traffic. Runway 5 left at Alpha 7, you're clear for takeoff.
Left close traffic, clear for takeoff, 18 Romeo.
You said left pattern traffic?
Yep, left.
Yeah.
We're about 800 feet right now, so we'll get up to 1,800 feet.
What's this guy doing here in front of me? He's just sitting there. So if I got somebody in front of me, I got no choice but just sit there.
Yep, you gotta wait.
November 7 tree 1 November Echo, wind 360 at 10, runway 5 left, you're clear for the option, and there'll be one aircraft departing prior to your arrival.
Runway 5 left, cleared for the option, 1 November Echo, and we'll keep an eye out for the departing traffic. 1.
And November 5274 Victor, fly runway heading, wind 360 at 10, runway 5 left. You're clear for takeoff. Traffic 2 mile final is an SR22.
Alright, we'll expedite. We'll attempt to fly runway heading by Beaver 5274 Victor 5 left, clear for takeoff.
It's just if you don't fly runway heading. If you go too far north, the guys over at Eagle Creek will get mad.
Alright.
Alright, standard rate turn, 20 degrees, 1,800, we'll level her out.
Standard right turn, you should be doing left turns. We're doing
Left.
pattern.
Did I say right? I meant left. I'm
Yes.
doing left.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm doing left.
Wait. All right, I'm ready to go whenever he says I can.
I think we have some traffic inbound.
And Phlox, where was your crosswind turn there? That was just one straight turn into the downwind.
I did a standard rate turn. I'll hold it.
I mean,
I'll
still do the standard rate turn, and the crosswind should be distinct.
Okay, I'll make. Good point. I was just gonna say I'll do that. Distinct is a good word, man.
Yeah, he was.
And November 7-4 Victor, contact departure. Have a good flight.
Sure, Beaver 5274 Victor, see ya.
Unfortunately, my left.
And November 18 Romeo, traffic is an SR22, 1 mile final. Report them inside.
Traffic inside 18 Romeo.
Number 18 Romeo, maintain visual separation from the traffic and extend your downwind, I'll call your base.
Extend downwind, you'll call. 18 Romeo. And notch the flaps in, gear down, prop mixtures full forward. Ending the downwind. About 1700 here.
And remember, 6318 Romeo, base turn approved.
Base turn approved, wait, Romeo. Okay, gotta make this a tight standard rate turn because what I did on the departure. Flaps are set, gears down, 3 in the green.
And remember, 1137 Victor, make a left close traffic, wind to 360 at 10, runway 5 left at Alpha 7, you are clear for takeoff.
137 Victor, clear for takeoff.
My little pattern tonight is not very good right now.
Oh, you probably should have called out 5 left.
I need to use my heading bug. 90-degree turns. Okay, what is it? 505? Go 5.
By that first takeoff, my trim was all over the place from flying that other aircraft, that Jubaru.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, it was messy. Get control.
Attention aircraft, this frequency, information Sierra is now current, wind 360 with 9er, altimeter 2982, and break November 6318 Romeo, runway 5 left, you are clear for the option, negative stop and go.
Clear for the option, negative stop and go.
And who was that calling?
18 Romeo, negative stop and go, clear for the option.
There you go.
Indianapolis Tower, Sierra 731 November Echo, would like to make this next one a full stop.
Number 731 November Echo, Indy Tower. Wind 360 at 10, runway 5 left, you are clear to land, and traffic you're following is a Piper on a 1 mile final.
Clear to land, 5 left, number 2, 1 November Echo.
Woo! Float, float, float. Ooh, that was not bad at all. That was nice. Down. for my yellow exit. There it is. And left turn now. Indy Tower, November 6:18 Romeo's clear the active Alpha 7 taxi to parking.
Number 631H Romeo, taxi to parking via Alpha Mike, cross runway 14 at Alpha.
Alpha Mike, cross runway 4, Alpha. Anyway. See if I can see that marker this time to get me on Alpha. So yeah, I'm heading to parking, Tree.
Okay. I'm up here eating potato chips.
Go.
And number 1137 is Victor, runway 5 left, you're clear for the option.
137 Victor, clear for the option.
Isn't it cool how we get back into our comfort zone? You know, we're in the pattern, we're in our comfort zone, you know?
Yeah,
and it's a little this part, yeah, right?
Yeah.
But
I could do this all day long.
A month and a half ago, this part was a little intimidating, you know, but now it's our comfort zone.
It was terrifying, yeah. You're right.
Indianapolis Tower, Sierra 731 November Echo is clear of runway 5 left at Alpha 7. Request taxi back to Millionaire.
November 1 November Echo, you taxi to Millionaire via Alpha Mike, cross 14 at Alpha.
Taxi via Alpha Mike, cross 14 at Alpha. 1 November Echo.
November Echo, are you in chat by chance? Oh, it's Cold Nebo. Nice. I did not realize that. Cold Nebo.
Wow.
Cold Nebo's flying with us. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Look
Wow.
at that, I didn't even know.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, we're growing with the sim, right, over the years. And, you know, learned a lot from Forder and Fabio and stuff. And, you know, other folks, Splasher, Angry One Horn, STW, and just, you know, applying that stuff. And seeing Cold Nebo in the pattern with us, on VATSIM with us, I remember seeing Cold Nebo years ago in, you know, various streamers chat and stuff like that, you know. And having the opportunity to be up in the pattern with you, Cold Nebo, it's good stuff. So thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, very, very cool. Thank you. And STW, your patience has just been super. And your knowledge.
Yeah, ditto, Cold Nebo. Right? Yeah. That's a shout out to you, SDW, from Cold Nebo there. So, Tree, did you want to debrief on stream?
Yeah, we can spend a couple minutes.
Okay. Let's see. Cold Nebo says he likes the handoffs to approach and the squawk changes. Kept me on your toes. Nice. Yeah, same here.
Indianapolis Tower, November 908 Charlie Kilo is 8 miles to the north of Indianapolis Airport with you at 3,500 feet with information Romeo inbound to land 5 left.
Nice.
Number 908 Charlie Kilo, Indy Tower. Information Sierra is current altimeter 2982 into the left downwind runway 5 left.
Thank you, STW, for that stretch.
9 left downwind, November 9 or 8, Charlie Kilo.
And remember 1137 Victor, taxi to parking via Alpha Mike, cross runway 14 at Alpha.
137 Victor, taxi Alpha to Mike, crossway 14 to parking.
So, Cold Nebo, just a question out to you. As we cross 14, we've got clearance to cross.
Wait a minute, let me make sure I got that right. Alpha, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay.
Yeah, Alpha, oh yeah, so I should have said taxi Alpha, cross 14 via Mike to parking. I guess I missed Mike. I guess I missed one thing. Okay.
Well, so the phraseology is supposed to go taxi to parking via Alpha Mike, cross runway 14 at Alpha.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's like the full phraseology of it.
Got it. Okay. Each time I'm getting a little bit
The
closer.
cross goes after the taxi instructions.
Gotcha.
So my question was, yeah, we have clearance to cross, but just out of due diligence, right? Do you go ahead and do you stop and look left and right and then cross on your own accord?
I mean, not everyone will stop, but they'll at least look left and right.
Yeah. And that's what I was wondering is.
And then you light it up like a Christmas tree, turn on all your lights, you know.
Yep. Which I can turn my strobes off now.
And November 9 or 8, Charlie Kilo, wind 360 at 9er, runway 5 left, you are clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 5 left, 9 or 8, Charlie Kilo.
And November 9 or 8, Charlie Kilo, say parking.
Thanks, Nebo.
We'll just go to the ramp on the north side of the airport, 9 or 8, Charlie Kilo. Make that general aviation parking for 9 or 8, Charlie Kilo.
Yeah, we got 2 ramps, but I'll send you the north one. That's called Millionaire here.
And Charlie Kilo, I'm curious if you're watching the stream. If you are, give us a thumbs up or a heads
good.
up.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the area. Thank you.
Yeah, not everyone is.
Woo!
I've controlled these airports for over a year, so I've kind of figured most of them out.
Old Nebo pulling up alongside me. Looking good, bud. Nice. Nice. And Treetop should be on his way down here as well.
Yep, I'm pretty close here.
7 Victor.
And I can do that inside my cockpit too.
7 Victor is right behind that light pole over there. If we can get him on the camera here.
There we go.
There he is. I think he's right there. Okay, flaps up. He's a dirty bird right now. Got to clean this bird up here. Okay, brakes are set. Mixture full forward. All that's good. And let's kill her. Nice. Any lights off. Have. Beacon. You should be able to see us underneath this this airport light. I think I'm running the scenery for airport light improvement. So I don't think these lights are standard. Over here.
Okay, checking for traffic. On 1-4, having seen no traffic, I'm going to cross.
And your strobes are still on, looking good. We survived. We didn't get walloped.
Yeah, I know, we didn't get walloped.
We
Well,
learned.
it's very unlikely for that to happen.
Yeah, and we learned a thing or two. It's a great experience.
We did. I got up to over by exec though. I got up to 3,000 feet. I was still trying to figure out my autopilot, but
But you were out of the.
You were talking to approach.
Yeah, you're out of the airspace and everything, so that's fine.
Well, it
that's
doesn't matter.
true.
He was talking to approach, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You're right. I forgot.
November 9 or 8 to Charlie Kilo. Taxi to Millionaire via Alpha Mike, cross runway 14 at Alpha.
Are you
Taxi
all
to
dark now,
Millionaire.
Flux?
Yeah.
Via taxiway Alpha Mike, cross runway 14 at Alpha. 9 or 8
I think I see you there. Oh yeah, there you are.
Do you see the stream? Do you see the airport lights solution that I have?
Yeah, that is nice.
Right?
Yeah, it's the same one I've used for a long time.
Yeah, I think I had it for a while, and then I took it out, and then I'm going through and doing all my updates and stuff, and I got them back in there, and I'm glad I did. They look good. All right, let's see. So treetop is going cold and dark here, and we've got oh, what is this? What is this call sign over here? Charlie Kilo is heading over here for parking. So I'll get the drone camera on him.
He's a newer pilot.
I'll get the camera on him, we'll follow him in, and we can have a little debriefing session.
Yeah, he came all the way from up near like Chicago.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Cold Nebo, if you're on my Discord, let me see if I got you set up to where you can be on voice, if you're so inclined. And if not, it's okay, but I'll make it to where you can. And we can do a little debrief here. I think it'd be kind of fun. Okay, where's Discord here? Yeah, looking for Cold Nebo. There you are. And you are... Let me look at your roles. You are now a crew member. There you go. So you should see the streaming channel, our voice channel. If you want to pop on there with us, that'd be great. Nice. Hey, Cold Nebo. Welcome to Foxtrot's Hangar. Welcome in, bud.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good.
Hey.
Hey, Treetop.
Got an echo.
Is VATSIM push to talk the same as your Discord one? Because I'm hearing you on both.
Yes, it is.
Then you might want to fix that or disconnect from VATSIM or something.
What we use is on Discord under the voice settings is push to mute.
Sorry, I've actually I just switched it so I didn't use push to talk in Discord. That's fine.
Nice. Okay,
I can do
cool.
this. Yeah.
Welcome in, man.
It's informal. I've figured I'd stay on VATSIM since the traffic would just disappear, but how's it going, man? So how was that? How do you guys feel about that?
Down here in one piece. I didn't kill anybody. I guess it was good, but approaching Indy exec, boy, there just wasn't a lot of lights around the airport. So, and then somehow
I put two different sceneries in the Discord here in the general channel. There's a freeware and a payware.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'll download
Excellent.
that. And you should be able to just see you shouldn't have to have lights, just see the runway and look at your instruments, but still that orientation is like killer, especially if you haven't done a lot of IFR stuff.
Yeah, you just look at runway heading and add a couple 90 degrees to figure out your stuff.
Yep, true. And then one thing that really helps, although I just like this bearing so much, but if you have a slower aircraft, you have more time to think about everything that you're doing.
Yeah, that's true, right?
So,
yeah.
I can slow this thing down steady at 100, right around there, and hold it there. But she doesn't like that. She'd rather be at least 120 or 140. But if you're in a 172, you can slow it down to 70. and then you got more time to do stuff. So it's just a matter of choice, and like we talked about earlier, staying ahead of the aircraft and knowing what's coming down the pike, and having the big deal for me was having those frequencies. If I could have it on my alternate radio, all I had to do is just
hit swap.
Yeah, flip flop. Yep.
Hit swap. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? No, go ahead.
No, that's okay. If you're in a plane that has 4 frequencies set, then you can kind of get a feel for how you manage it. Me personally, I like to keep ground and ATIS on, or Unicom on COM 2, and then I keep tower and approach on COM 1, so I can flip-flop between those. But, I mean, every situation is different, and which frequencies you get, so...
Some planes, which maybe a lot of them, I'm not sure, but the 2 radios, they're synced to 2 different antennas. There's one guy I watch, his COM 2 is an antenna on the bottom of the plane, and the COM 1 is on the top.
Oh, yeah. Now, does VATSIM care about that? Does it simulate the radio frequency?
No.
Oh, okay. That would be a really good detail.
It'll simulate the frequency depending on where you are, but not where the antenna is on your plane.
Yeah. Usually that doesn't matter too much, even in real world, but it can sometimes change how you receive things.
Well, I mean, the guy, what he does, he puts the tower and ground in the one for the top antenna, and then like center and approach on the one for the bottom antenna. 'Cause, they're up in the air, so the antenna's on the bottom.
Oh, that's smart. Okay, yeah. That is a detail I am not aware of. So, yeah.
So Nebo, when you have 4 frequencies set, and you've got 2 on COM 1 and 2 on COM 2, right?
Sure.
Okay, so you're working with COM 1 initially, right? And then when you're ready to go to the frequencies that you have on COM 2, you have a switch on the dash, the switch from COM 1 to COM 2. So what you do is, you start out with the switch on COM 1, you work with your COM 1 frequencies, and then when it's time, it's like, flip the switch to COM 2, and now you work off of the COM 2, right? Is that how you're doing it? And then you're flipping that switch to go back to COM 1 whenever necessary?
Yeah, I mean, each plane is a little bit different. In the Cirrus that I was just flying, there's a, I forget what the avionics equipment name is, but there's a radio panel stack that has you can press the buttons on the channels to listen to them, and then to transmit, there's a dial knob on the right that you have to either turn to COM 1, or you can turn it to COM 2, or you can turn it to both COM 1 and COM 2, which means I think that will transmit on both at the same time if you want to, but that's kind of an advanced maneuver. I don't think I've ever used that mode myself. So you switch those, and then on the G1000 you can use the swap to swap the frequencies between standby and active for both of those.
Nice.
And it takes a little bit of practice to get used to whatever airplane you're flying in order to know how to work the radios, but you can play around on the ground either between the test frequency, or you can ask for a radio check on ground, or the ATIS, and you can just practice trying to switch between those. Also, if you look over in vPilot, whenever you're doing any radio operations, you'll see on the upper right-hand corner, you'll see you're tuned to COM 1 and what frequency you're tuned to COM 2, and it will tell you whether you're transmitting and receiving on that channel.
Yep, right up here.
Yep. So if you use all those pieces of information together, you can get used to the radios, but frequency management is a little bit of a trick. In this case, we didn't have more frequencies than I had slots, so I was able to kind of manage them that way. There are times, especially on Pilot Edge, or if you get a long flight between multiple controllers, where you actually get multiple frequencies, and there, tuning the knob in the aircraft is a little bit of time consuming. It's not as slick as having a real knob, at least for me, because I don't have any other controllers. So I prefer the 750 because it has a touchpad interface.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that works, right?
Yeah, I mean, whatever
I
works.
was using that. Yeah.
That could make it a lot easier. Also, if you know how to engage autopilot, one thing that you can do with autopilot that's really helpful, I found, is without even setting a course, without even having your nav set up, if you just need to get your hands off for a second to set the radios, just set autopilot mode. It should go into roll and pitch mode, which will just keep your current heading and your current pitch for you, and then you can take your hands off and fiddle with the radios.
That's something we need to practice too, because I could have used that tonight on departure, because I knew exec was close, but I didn't realize how close. And so
I don't remember. Does the Arrow have a pitch control for its autopilot?
I'm not sure.
The Warrior does not. So unless you press the secret button,
right. That's what the Turbo Arrow has 3 is the secret button. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Very good. Yep.
Yeah. So debriefing. Getting our clearance, and boy, it was busy. STW when we were signing on and stuff, and it got busy to the point where Treetop and I got separated, like red lights, and we're trying to go from point A to point B together, and we couldn't do that. But yeah, departing out, I forgot to set runway heading, so I did it while I was climbing. Got runway heading and set for my autopilot, so I can get a little bit of hands-free, and then contacting approach, and when he asked me direction of travel, because I kind of stated my intention that we're going to be heading up to exec, and then he asked for direction of travel, and if I was in real life, we should be doing some flight planning, right? And we'd have that thought out and kind of figured out to where, I don't know, maybe it would have been 356 is what I should have said, right? But I'm like, I know I got to go north. 360 is all I had, and fortunately, it was close enough to get me up in that direction, and he okayed it. And but that was kind of a scary moment for me. Was that part?
Yeah.
And then following you in and seeing you do the midfield approach, I thought, class act, man. That's exactly what I'm going to do as well. That just kind of sets you up for the runway. You can see the traffic and stuff that's going on, and come in for what is that? A left downwind and left base. Yeah, that was great. So yeah, I got to thank you for doing that, because I wouldn't have thought. I was just going to do direct and just land direct, but adding that midfield crossover was a good touch.
The reason I chose that was because I was coming in a little bit off to the right, and I didn't realize, I guess I could have set up earlier for a straight in, but I was a little bit off to the right. I decided to climb, and typically the midfield cross is done at 500 feet above traffic pattern altitude. So in this case, I think the field elevation was 900. So traffic pattern is 19. So midfield cross is like 24. So you kind of have those numbers going through your head, and then you cross over midfield, and then you can establish a left downwind. I've seen 2 different ways of doing that. One is more conservative, which is to fly out maybe 2 miles and then do a teardrop entry to the left downwind by looking over. That actually gives you a great view of the downwind, anybody who's coming who's already in the pattern. Another way is just to join with the left downwind, and that's what I did. So
nice. And gotta say thank you to Raleigh Mall and Angry One Horn. Angry One Horn just rated us and subscribed. I gotta say thank you, Angry One Horn, for the support, class act, and what a great adventure Angry One Horn had with his disc golf tournament and breaking in his new car and tent camping and all that stuff, man. I'm not jealous, but I am.
Nice.
And for Raleigh, good day, mate.
Good day, mate. I don't say it right.
And for those of you that are just tuning in, Cold Nebo joined us in the pattern today. We had a little excursion up to Executive Indy Indianapolis executive, and then back to Indianapolis International and VATSIM tonight, and did a little bit of pattern work at the end. And we had the pleasure of having Cold Nebo up in the pattern with us, and he's with us on voice right now. So, yeah, shout out.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah,
It's my pleasure. I'd love coming along and either adding some traffic, to spice things up. But honestly, it's good practice for me too, because switching between the frequencies and the squawks on the fly, and trying to keep that and the taxi clearance for this airport. I was getting a little bit scared there at first. Fortunately, I popped into Millionaire because some people were getting some crazy cross and intersection.
Yeah.
I was like, how am I going to write all that down? That
I know.
Still freaks me out a bit.
Yeah. My thing is, whatever the GA parking is closest to the runway we're going to use, the less I have to say, unless I have to type. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, it was fun, and going back in, going out and hitting departure, and going to uncontrolled airport on Unicom, landing, coming back, and today it just cemented a little bit more when they say you're going to be a left base or right base for runway 5. It's like my mind starts working now. Like, okay, where's runway 5? Where am I? What do I have to do here to be on a left base or a right base? And it's just kind of forming a picture now, on the approach. So instead of just approaching the airport with all these lights, it's like, okay, wait a minute. No, let's just take a look at the runways here. Where are we?
I was going to say, guys, you picked a perfect little exercise hop here because you couldn't ask for better. It's in a major, it's a Class C airport. You've got a wonderful tower. You've got wonderful approach. You're handing off frequencies. You're then going to Unicom. You're doing, your uncontrolled tower announcements. You're coming back into the Class C.
Yeah, that was cool.
So
that was cool.
You've got everything there. This is a really solid basics.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, I painted a whole much more of the picture here. You think you have an idea of what this is all about, and then you go through tonight, and it's like, no, here's another layer.
There's a cornucopia stuff coming
Here's another
our
one.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, just great stuff.
And I gotta thank STW for supporting us with his ATC and tower controlling, but also, he's been pushing us for quite a while to venture out of the pattern. And last stream and this stream was the first times that we ventured out of the pattern. And to your point, Nebo, having that ability to go from tower to departure and then to Unicom, and we've practiced Unicom for, it's pretty familiar to us, we've practiced that a little bit, and then to go back to departure and back to, well, I guess it would be approach, but then back to tower. What that was great. And like I said, I gotta thank STW. He suggested some airports that are in and around the area. I looked at the sectional and I saw Indy exec up there, and I thought, you know what? It's close enough to where we can get up there and have some fun, get back, and maybe do some pattern work. And yeah, it worked out.
Right.
Yeah. That was just terrific. And I will. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you first.
One of the things I was going to say is this exercised my pilotage, training too, because you have Eagle Creek that's right on the path basically to Indiana exec, and you have to kind of know, how many miles have I gone so far? What's the distance? Am I seeing that one or am I seeing the other one? And sure, I had the G1000, maps and everything, but it's still, it was a little bit of a challenge to
Nebo,
recognize that at night.
Nebo,
yeah,
you were my North Star.
Following me out, okay, yeah.
And I was looking at a little nav map and in kind of using that as a reference, but yeah, you were my North Star, Ben.
I was really glad. I don't know if it's a mod that I don't think I have any mods for landing lights, but everybody really showed up clear tonight. I could see the traffic from way out. So
nice.
I saw the Delta landing. I mean,
Yeah.
that was really cool about
Yeah.
this was that we had a mix of traffic. So you had some heavies coming in at the same time, the little GA guys, and then you had a Beaver departing, which was
Yep.
really cool.
Yeah, that's true. It was. It
Yeah.
was a Beaver. It's like,
Yeah.
holy cow. I was
Yeah.
behind him there to do that. I only got one circuit in, but I was behind
Uh-huh.
him. And then
I had to
we had,
laugh at the compass thing because I know that compass in the Beaver is kind of, you have to hit it on the side and yeah. No, that's great.
been around a while.
And Tree, what was your experience? What are you taking home tonight?
Just another going outside Charlie and coming back into it. So now that we know Charlie and we kind of have a feel for that, what we don't have is leaving and coming back to the nest, I guess. And tonight, even though it happened quick because we had a close-in airport, it made sense to me more so. I would say the next time we do this, I would like maybe good choice, by the way, Phlox. Indy Exec was great, but I maybe another 20 miles of I can get this thing set up and
Right.
I got the autopilot going, and again I go a little bit faster than you do, but I can slow it down to like 120 or so, and but yeah, it was great. And then Unicom I messed up on going into Indy Exec, but I got it at the last minute, and coming back in to Indy and getting in the pattern and contacting tower was approaching tower was just super. I'm really glad we did this. And Cold Evil, thanks for joining us. It just was great to have you and learn from you too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. One of the mistakes that I don't know. I mean, technically, you don't need a flight plan, but I only filed the flight plan for the outbound. I didn't file one for the inbound. So, that could have been better. But one thing that I noticed that was interesting, and maybe STW can talk to this. I noticed that the squawk frequencies, of course, they changed when I came back into the Class C. I was given one squawk code by approach, but then STW also changed it because as soon as I announced that I wanted to do pattern work, I think he had a different set of squawk codes to kind of keep track of us. And I noticed that he gave you guys also similar squawk codes. So I didn't know if there was a process there to keep those squawks separate from the approach.
Great question.
Yeah, that is a good question. So he must not be in chat anymore here. See.
Oh, he might be. Yeah, I see the deafen thing, so he might.
He's
busy with
controlling.
Might be busy with his controls. That's okay. I'll ask him later.
Cool.
I just thought that was an interesting procedural thing.
Right.
Yep. Well, great night. Yeah, I'm just feel so great to have gone through this and this experience, and it continues our great journey. Of all the things we do, in life, this has got to be at the top here.
It just
I
adds.
gotta give you guys kudos
immersiveness
too, because I've kind of been watching along. I don't always get to come by the stream, but I've been seeing your progress over the past several times on VATSIM, and you just have come miles since
thank
those
you.
first flights. So yeah, you see as it gets a little bit easier the more you practice. So
yeah.
Well, thank you for that, and I think you're right. Muscle memory is, as Phlox would say, and repetition. And just thinking of all the different things in life, you learn so much more by doing.
Absolutely.
You can look at a book, you can watch a video, and all that, but if you're doing it, it just cements it so much better. And so now and then printing a hard copy of the airport and Phlox and I doing a little briefing before we start, like, here's what I think we're going
to do.
In
our garages, because Treetop is my in real life next door neighbor, and so he printed this off to me tonight, and we had a little
that's so awesome
pre-briefing in his garage.
Yeah. A little briefing of, okay, I think this is where we're going, and of course I looked at that runway right next to millionaire is like, oh yeah, well, that's great. That'll be easy to call back. It's like, well, no, I don't think so. That's not what we're using tonight.
I'm a firm believer in, being able to use flight sims for training in
Sure.
real life, and
Yeah.
I'm taking a real life PPL, and a lot of the things I'm kind of following what Bill for Lima Echo on Twitch has
Great.
done before. But
Great.
one of the things that I always tell people, they're like, well, it's a sim, it's not real flying. What can you possibly learn? The pre-brief and the flight planning part of it is absolutely real, because it's exactly the same thing that you would do in a real aircraft.
Yep.
You'd sit there, you'd look at the weather forecast, you'd look at the NOTAMs, you'd listen to the airport information, and you figure out, what am I going to do, kind of get that plan set in your head, and then, go out and fly. And yeah,
that makes sense. And yeah, you're right. And I get I get challenged too, because I spend so much time on this thing. So some of my friends kind of look at it like, well, it's just a game. It's like, well, yes and no. And not being a pilot, but having been up in small aircraft, I can compare the flight model. Is somewhat similar. And if you put the VR headset on, now you're really immersed.
Yeah.
And then it's like it reminds me exactly of what I was in the 182 or whatever aircraft I was up in. And
not to mention your butt kicker.
And then you had the butt kicker.
Oh yeah, wow. So you can feel the landings.
Oh yeah, I can. If you do a hard landing, you feel that too.
Oh, that's awesome! Wow.
Yeah. You can even changing the RPM of the engines, I can feel that.
Oh, that's great.
So, and the gear coming up and down. So if you put on the VR headset, it's like, holy cow! It's this exactly what I guess the only thing it doesn't do is obviously that, first of all, there's the turbulence. If you hit some rough air, but the butt kicker kind of does that too. It'll simulate that, and it'll pop you pretty good if you hit some turbulence.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there are some things that the sim doesn't do as great at, comparing it to the real world warrior that I train in. Slow flight and some of the characteristics of the stalls, how they break, isn't the same. But the big things that are the same, pre-flight planning, you can totally do the same way. If you do your weight and balance, and you're looking at your pressure, altitude, and all of that stuff, you can do exactly the same kind of pre-flight that you would ordinarily do. Another thing that I think is very real, especially with VATSIM or Pilot Edge, is this idea of using what Pilot Edge calls your pilot brain. Basically it's this, while you're engaging with ATC, you're constantly thinking, where am I in space? Where am I on the map? Where is the airport in relation to me? What is the right downwind? What is the left downwind? And the more you think about that, you have that kind of going on in the background all the time, you get practice, calling out your position, like when you're calling to an uncovered field, where are you? Are you south? Are you north? Are you west? How are you coming in? How are you intending to land? And all of that kind of stuff is also real. I think that transfers pretty well to the real aircraft.
To real life.
Awesome.
And you're right about that. I have a friend who's a American Airlines captain. And,
excellent.
He calls it SAR. Situational awareness, and
absolutely,
he came from the Air Force, earlier days, but he's flown this, and he's pretty amazed at it. But
nice.
So you're spot on with everything that he's talked about. It's where are you? What are you doing? Where are you going to go? And how are you going to get there? And then all the planning part. I think I can see how that fits in. So if like Forder, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Flox, but he got his PPL, but he did flight sim for a long time, and that helped him a long ways down the road on his PPL.
I think so. I think so. I think that was right. Yeah.
Because you're just familiar with so much of it. and then that's less that you have to learn. You already know that, and yeah, just doing the real life stuff. So
Yeah, like so many things, it's what you bring to it.
Yep.
If you treat it, like
Exactly.
a serious training tool, then
Yep.
then it'll help. If you're more casual about it, that's fine too. I mean, everybody can use the sim however they want, but
well, true, yeah. And I guess
like
that's what. I'll go ahead.
the Pilot Edge thing, I have to give them a plug because that really helped me with my first real world radio calls. My instructor looked over and said, "Hey, do you want to do the radio call?" And I'm like, "Sure, I can do that."
And you'd already done it.
That was a really good
familiar.
thing too, because I got to tell you, my mind was so preoccupied with all the details of flying the real aircraft that so much of that was new to me that having kind of a muscle memory when it came to the radio calls, what to expect and how to respond to tower really made that a success. A lot of students, they get up there and the first time they key the mic, they're like,
yeah.
What am I saying? What am I saying?
You guys have already gone through all that with
Exactly.
so you know what that's like, but yeah.
Oh, that makes total sense. Yeah, you're right. So, well, just fun stuff, and
Awesome.
Cold Levi, I'm 6'7.5", so I don't fit in most aircraft physically small. So
yeah,
yes, I have been up, but it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. A small aircraft.
Oh
and
yeah.
In fact, my legs are so long that I have to stick my feet underneath the rudder pedals.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so real life, how does that work out for me? Maybe not so much, but having this and being able to interact with you and Phlox and others and just have an adventure on Flight Sim and at least have a sense of feeling of what it is and what it isn't is
absolutely
just
yeah.
so much fun for me. It's just a blast, and yeah, I've just had an incredible journey, and I don't know if you've flown in VR yet, but that Phlox got me onto that one, and
I have not. I have not pulled the trigger on that yet, so I'm probably gonna wait for the next PC that I build, and then
there you go.
Maybe that will be up to snuff to be able to do some of that. So, but it's getting better and better all the time.
It is, and it's just I think of a 6'7.5" guy in a 182, and you kind of fill up the whole right hand side of the cockpit.
Right.
That's actually in his little picture there on the stream. That's the 182 that he's standing next to.
Yeah.
Well, heaven forbid it's not a 150. I started out my training in 150 Cessna, and that was so small. And I'm about 5'10", 200 something, and my instructor was like 6'2", 215. Yeah. So I once I did the weight and balance, and I was like, this is pretty close, isn't it? Is this good? It's like, we're not small guys, but
we don't need the seatbelts because our heads touch the ceiling.
I know. It reminds me of one friend I had the way he used to drive his car was he used to put his front seat almost all the way into the back seat. As far as you could go, because it was just so tall. So
that's exactly what I do. Any vehicle I get into, immediate all the way to the back before I even sit down. It's like, how far does this thing go back?
Maybe you just need the LeBaron of planes, that has enough leg room to.
Maybe the Baron's big enough. So then it comes into what are your resources and all that stuff.
Oh
So if anybody has a Baron and you want to fly into KSPB, Scappoose Industrial, and give Treetop a ride.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh gosh, but yeah, this is just so much. And then the other thing that we didn't touch on, but I'll just say real quick is, thanks to Microsoft, they keep making it better. They keep updating it and fixing mistakes and problems, and there's a bazillion third-party people out there now that are just making all this stuff, and just makes it so much fun. So then you're just limited by horsepower, whatever you got that you can put up there on the screen. And anyway, I'm very, very happy to be part of this in a little way. And tonight was epic, and Cold Nebo, you joining in just was a frosting on the cake. So thank you.
Thanks, guys. It was a
Oh yeah, you're
pleasure
welcome. I'm
coming
glad
on.
I had the presence of mind to say, hey, let's get you on voice. So yeah.
No.
Welcome
It's very
anytime.
impromptu. Thanks for letting me crash the party.
You bet.
Well, thank you for crashing the party.
And just a shout out again to Angry One Horn for A, rating us, and B, resubscribing. And while I'm thinking of it, I would love to give him a shout out. So let me hit it. Bada bing, bada boom. There it is.
Okay, we're about 107 nautical miles out.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what's our
And Angry's he's
airport to us
he's
right now?
been
It's
down
showing-
part of the path of a PPL. He's had several lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And in his when he was working, he retired from the Air Force. He was an F-16 mechanic, so he's got lots of stories about F-16s.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just kind of fun, and we met him in real life in person, and yeah, pretty intelligent guy.
Nice.
Yeah, fun stuff.
So you guys are all in SoCal?
No, we're up in Oregon, near
Oregon.
Near our nearest in real life airport. It's about 7 miles from our house. Is Scappoose Industrial, KSPB.
PB. I thought you said KSBB.
Yeah. So was it? I got it. My
Louis Obispo.
Kilo Sierra.
Yeah.
Papa.
Got
Bravo.
it.
Yeah.
I just flipped the 2 letters.
There you go.
So close.
And where are you, Cold Nebo?
I'm in Boston, actually. Actually, Concord, K-Bed.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Bravo, Echo, Delta.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh wow.
They have a pattern. The Hanscom 4 departure goes right over my house. So.
Cool.
Oh wow. You get to see aircraft all the time.
Yeah, that put the bug right in there. I was like, man, I have to get back into training. So it's been
I can do
been
this.
a little bit of an adventure. I have to say, training to fly is both expensive and a marathon, not a sprint. So,
oh wow,
hats off to anybody who decides to waste their money that way. But
right?
Well, you're paying for the aircraft, the instructor, and all that. So the quicker you learn it, the less money you spend. So I totally
I have a
get
great
that.
deal of respect for all the people who are doing this as a career. I'm fortunately I come from IT and computers, so I can afford to do it as a hobby. But there's a lot of people in the aviation system that are doing it as careers, just top-notch professionals.
Wow.
So
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it's fun, and it is fun to hear their, those who I've talked to. Raisins is one guy that flies with us, and he does it commercially, and then my friend John, who's an American Airlines pilot, he flew 7.5s for many years, and then he switched over to the A320, and he said you had to forget everything you knew about flying by switching over to the A320,
Oh.
but he swears by that now. So he loves it, and unfortunately he's getting up there like to 60 something, and you can only fly commercially to a certain age. So he's going to be forced retired, and I'm not sure what he's going to do after that. He'll have his 182 here in Scappoose, and he has other passions too. But
He'll be knocking on your door to get some sim time.
He may be. And he's flown the sim too.
Yep.
And he's liked it a lot. So
we'll get him set up, get him the VR, and
yeah,
there you go.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
We talk about this, and then we say, and you're an IT guy, so we talk about this, and I'll just get a computer and I'll just buy it. How much is it? Well, it's not just that. You got to have, as we all know, a lot of horsepower to make it right. And so when I give people a price tag of what I got in my office here, that's like, oh well, maybe not. Type thing. It's not your basic first-person shooter game of. Yeah,
you
maybe
can start out with a nice gateway drug like the Xbox, though. You can just get an Xbox, load up
that's
Flight
true.
Simulator, play around with the the controls, and then you'll start thinking about getting a Bravo and a yoke and
Yeah. And
then you're lost. Then
yeah,
that's it.
And then
then you go down-
before you know it, you're the guy telling your friends, "Oh, this is how much I got invested," and they're like,
Yeah,
"What?"
yeah. It's gonna cost that much?
Yeah.
Somebody saw I have a Warthog stick and throttle, and somebody who didn't know I was flight simming came over and saw that, and they're like, "What the heck is that?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the flight sims," and they're like, "You could fly the plane from your house." Like, well, yeah, that's
in a
the
sense,
idea.
yeah, kind of, sort of, yeah, that's what we do.
So too much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah. We'll call it a
Thank
stream
you.
and
Thank you so
look for
much.
somebody to raid. And yeah. Thanks for sticking around for like the debrief. I don't think we've really done a debrief before, but Bree was like saying, "Hey, let's go and park and do a debrief." I'm like, "Well, do we have time for one more in the pattern?" And so we squeezed both in. Thanks for sticking around, you guys. Thanks for joining us.
I give you this thing. One of the things that I love to do with the VOD. I don't know if your stream actually records the VOD for later.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons I started streaming on Twitch wasn't because I'm that great a streamer, but when I do flight training on Pilot Edge or anything, I can look back at the VOD and I can see what I actually did. And I got to tell you, kind of your memory right after, you can do a debrief, from memory, and that's one level of good. But I find even now I will make mistakes or I will do things and I won't remember having done them. But when I look back at the VOD, I'll go like, "Oh yeah, that wasn't so good," or "I could have done better there." So it might be worth it. Look back at the VOD and see where your communications went wrong. Like one of the things I noticed was I think Phlox was asking if you were on the right frequency. I think during a little part of that. Yeah.
Yeah, when we were going in the exec, I wasn't on Unicom, and I'm on a short final. It's like, well, I kind of got my hands full here.
I saw you on the short final.
It's like,
And I remember Tree going, "Should I change frequency? Should I really worry about it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, do it."
So it's like, all right, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I still got it down.
So good.
Nice.
But you're right. That's how we learn. So yeah, we'll definitely take a look at the VOD.
Absolutely. All right.
Good stuff.
All right.
Talk to you later, guys.
All right, we'll see you, Cold Evil. Thank you.
Take good care.
Bye. Yep. You
Bye.
too.
All right, Tree.
Okay, Flux.
Like you
Good
said,
night.
that was an epic night. Thanks for sticking around. And yeah, good stuff. So we will be up in the air tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific for our second leg on our trip to Oshkosh to hook up with Ford to Learn to Fly when he has his event on Saturday, July the 8th. So right now we're making our way to Oshkosh. So join us tomorrow night. It's relaxed GA flying. We will not be on VATSIM or anything. And we will just we'll continue our leg to Oshkosh and see how we get there. I think we're in Idaho right now somewhere.
Yeah, we are Jerome, Idaho.
Yep. Yeah. Angry One Horn's neck of the woods.
Yep.
So
okay,
yeah.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. We'll see you. See you, Tree.
Okay. Bye, Flux.
Bye. And let's get some music queued up here. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. All right, we'll see you all tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific. Oshkosh or bust. See ya.